Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please give a warm welcome to the host of the Happy Hour, Chris Lane Sr.
Good evening, people. Welcome to the Happy Hour with Chris Lane Sr. And I'm Chris Lane Sr. And friends. And I'll probably have some friends along here in a bit. But that was Coldacre doing a version of my song, The Darkness. And Jerry Gomes said, you got to be stoked. I absolutely was. But I played that on purpose. A, it's new, but B, tonight's topic is going to be creativity. And I don't always do a theme show, but tonight's one of them. And we'll discuss all aspects of creativity. But I wanted to start off with that one because, in my mind, creativity, here's someone who heard a song, mine in this particular case, and said, okay, I like that. Now I'm going to interpret it in a completely different way. And I'll probably play a snippet of my version of The Darkness later on tonight, just a little bit, and we can kind of do a little compare and contrast. But for Coldacre to use his creativity and hear a very different rendition, a very different instrumentation, just all of it. The thought process of creativity trips my trigger, and we'll spend some time talking about that tonight. Well, let's say hi to some people, since we're people. Dogpaw first in the door. How are you, Hugh Caldwell? Meow to you too, and meow to Felix. Good to see you. Poison Wales is here. And I've got a Poison Wales song queued up too, which we'll get to probably not too long. But he's taking on the topic of AI, and we'll have some discussion of how AI plays into creativity, if it does at all. Is it a tool we can use, or is it forcing us to be less creative? Or some might make the argument it might force us to be more creative or allow us different expressions of creativity. We'll dive into that a little bit. Lewis Cook is here. How are you doing, Lewis? Good to see you. Thank you for joining me this evening. Hey, look, I'm here. Wow. That's probably a good thing on my own show, right? Hey, Doug Kidder, what's going on? How are you? And there's Coldacre right there. And yeah, it was my pleasure to play that. It just, like I said, it really works for what we're going to be talking about tonight. And there's Jerry Gomes. We'll say hi to Jerry. I referenced his comment, but good to see him. And let's see, have I missed anybody? Scrolling, scrolling. Rawhide. Oh, hey, Brad Example. What's going on? Hey, Bradley. It's me, Chris Lane Sr. How are you? Good to see Brad. I haven't seen Brad much lately, so good that you are here, my friend. Okay, I think I got everybody, except for our lurkers, and you know who you are. And we love our lurkers, so thank you for being here. If you wouldn't mind, everybody, and I never remember to do this because I suck at self-promotion, but hit the like button if you would, please, and just I do seem to have 2 new people who stumble into the show every week. So, and I'm not doing the vertical stream. So somehow YouTube is throwing it out to new people. So, and apparently, so they say, hitting that like button helps. I don't know. It could be a complete lie, but we'll see. Now, some housekeeping. Notice that, I fixed my Chris Lane music sign, and then I rehung it, and I managed to hang it too high. It's out of the frame, so I'm a dumbass. But my green screen is working properly this week. And I'd mentioned the last 2 weeks I had zero control over any of the settings other than on and off in StreamYard. On purpose, I did not reboot the computer. I did not change anything. And then tonight I log in, lo and behold, everything works. So some of the goofy stuff that's been going on in people's streams in StreamYard, I'm absolutely convinced it's those guys jacking around under the hood and doing little updates and changing things and then trying to pretend. Now, this is new and good. It's like I'm going to go to another tab right now and see I'm still moving, I think. Um, and that wasn't working for months there. If you, hey James Myers, how you doing, man? If you went to another tab, you froze up. And I noticed as I was doing something the other night on a stream, holy crap, that's back working again like it used to. So that's I don't think that's StreamYard. I think that one was actually on the browser. But anyway, things are like normal, and this is delightful. And I'm normal. Well, let me do that again. I'm normal for me. Um, don't want to belabor health things, but I've felt really good the last 2 weeks, and apparently some of my medical misadventures seem to be behind me. I'm almost completely weaned off of steroids, and I feel better off of them than I did on them. Although, thank God for them when I was on them, because I, had that terrible droopy eye and was seeing double, and steroids got me on the right path. So I'm grateful for them, but I'm glad also to be off of them now. All right. Let's see, I'm just checking. Yeah, you had mentioned I don't know, is it your pooter? Is it your connection? Who knows? Hey there, Shelly. What's going on? Hi, Shelly. How are you? Yeah, that stuff gets old. I must say, I'm very happy with my purchase of the Mac Mini that I got, because I bought a really robust version of it, and it's, knock on wood, been fantastic for me. The old Mac was great too, but it just, like all computers, they eventually run out of road. And that's where that one was at. It was near the end of it. It was a 20, I think it was a 2017 machine, so I bought it new in 2017. So, if you're getting robust service for 9 years out of a computer, especially at the level that I push computers, holy crap, you got your money's worth. All right, well, let's bring on my first guest, and we're going to have some chats. Oh, I will say hi to Les Nagy before I bring my guest on. G'day. How are you, Les? Good to see you. All right. And there's Hugh Caldwell.
Hi, Chris.
How are you?
Very good, mate.
Good. Well, speaking of health, we've got to check on one another. How you doing, man? You feeling all right?
Yeah, best I've felt for a couple of months, I would say. Aye.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. That's super good news.
Detail, but as I saw, I think I got somewhere where some answers to my extreme lethargy I've been experiencing. So
okay, good.
So a very quick change to the meds today seems to have already I feel a bit better straight away, and that's getting looked into further. So I should have some answers.
That's always good. Yeah, medical progress is nice, right?
Yeah, it's brilliant. And regarding creativity, I actually recorded some guitars tonight for the first time in a couple of months.
Nice.
So one or two people have been owing stuff too. I thought I better pull my finger out, and I felt for the first time able to do it.
That's good. Hey, say hi to Jeremy real quick.
Hi, Jeremy.
Jeremy, how you doing, man?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, good to see everybody in the chat tonight. Thanks for lurking, Jeremy. Well, let's do this. I'm going to put this up on screen. We're talking about creativity. Let's get the definition of creativity, shall we? Okay. Creativity is the ability to use imagination to generate original, unusual, and valuable ideas or solutions. It is the act of turning new concepts into reality, whether that means creating art, discovering a scientific theory, inventing a product, or finding a fresh approach to an everyday problem. Exploring, and here's the AI overview. So we'll talk about AI here, and in that. Psychologists and experts generally agree that true creativity requires two main ingredients: novelty, the idea or output must be original, distinct, and unexpected, or value appropriateness. We're never very appropriate here, but the concept must serve a purpose, hold meaningful benefit, emotional impact, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's nice. That is the textbook definition, so we kind of have a framework of what we're talking about. I'll put it to the chat, and I'll put it to you, Hugh. Are we born with creativity? Or is it something innate to humans? And I have my own personal answer, but let's get your thought and the thoughts of the chat.
I would say so, because we've evolved to make things out of nothing. Yeah, and everybody's different too, so there are different ways of being creative, as Goldacre just showed with your song.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say it's part of your DNA.
Yeah, I strongly believe this, and just go back to the dawn of history and the dawn of humans. There are cave paintings in France and other people that are unbelievably old. Basically, Neanderthals were still in existence, and we're creating these things. And, whether they were used to communicate ideas or if it was just for pleasure, humans were creating something. And to your point, something out of nothing. They used, animal blood or pigments that they got from the ground and put them on the walls, and did so in such a fashion that we can look at them all these tens of thousands of years later and go, hey, they painted, we can see that's a bison, that's an antelope, that's a whatever. We can recognize the animals and the human depictions on the walls. And then, of course, the Egyptians, their form of writing, but it was all symbols and art, if you will, and on through.
And then Rhett came along.
Yes, and then Rhett came along and fouled the whole thing up. Creativity hit a wall when it. Now, we love you, Rhett.
Yeah,
good. Yeah, where is old Rhett? Is he lurking? Anyway, so yeah, I think we can probably all agree. Give a toddler crayons, and they're making marks. They're creating something. Many toddlers, they're creating chaos and mess, but they are creating. And I so enjoy videos of littles. And they're singing and they're dancing and they're totally expressing themselves because society has not got to them yet and told them that they couldn't do it or they suck or you shouldn't do that or anything. They're just being them and naturally. And for my mind, if you see, a child 2, 3, 4 years old and they're doing that, obviously the urge to create is innate in you. All right. Who created? You guys are creating dinners right now, I see. Well, that's good.
Well, I can remember being like 12-year-old and actually learning how to cook without anybody showing me. Coming home from school at lunchtime and creating something out of nothing that probably tasted like rubbish, but I made it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Now, I have somewhere still, I came from the womb nuts about trains, and I've made this statement many times, but that was the first piece of art that I still have it. I was like 5, and I painted because I borrowed it's on an actual canvas board because my dad did artwork. And so it's watercolor on a canvas art board of a steam locomotive. And it had smoke and wheels and the whole nine, all that kind of stuff from age 5. And I've been doing art on some level ever since. I mean, I spent this afternoon, I was doing technical drawings. Well, they're probably more akin to drafting than fine art, but there is an art element to them because you have to interpret a 3D object and put it in a two-dimensional form that people can look at it and read and go, okay, I see what this guy's building here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just that side of it. I mean, music, obviously, I think is a super creative expression. So
Yeah.
here, let me pose this to the chat. Can creativity be taught? Or do you have some level of ability that perhaps is enhanceable, but you've got some base level of creativity and maybe some people never progress past that for whatever reason.
I think you have to put the work in for your creativity to come out the best, I think, though. You have to really work hard at it, I think.
Yeah, I think there's I think there's a lot of truth to that. Like anything else, if to be proficient at anything, you got to put the work in. And creativity, yeah, that's an interesting. Let's put a pin in that because that's an interesting tangent that I definitely want to go over with some of the other guests when they come on. But this mindset, can you create creativity? In other words, like a lot of professional writers treat writing as a job. They get up in the morning, they have a cup of coffee, they sit at their keyboard, and they're going to write from 8:30 or whatever till 5 o'clock or whenever they decide to knock off. And they're going to do that every day. Now, it's a creative process. And many of them say, I have days where I've written just drivel and garbage and it never goes anywhere. But they make it a practice to do that every day and treat it like a job. So is that creativity or is that the process a means to tap into your creativity? Or, like some of us, just wait to get hit by lightning. I work at songs to an extent, but a lot of times I'm just going along fat, dumb, and happy, and I get this, what I call the thunderbolt. It's like, oh, here's the chords, or here's the lyrics, or, it comes to me in that fashion.
I think as well, the accumulation of knowledge that you learn, especially with music, over the years, will help your creativity later on. Because if you have to come up with something, if you have something in your past where a certain style of music, a certain style of song you've worked on similar to that, I think it will make it easier for you to be creative in that style.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think both James and Jeremy are making great points here. Yeah, I think we all have some level of God-given talent or just innate ability. But I'm a big believer in, I was a good athlete. I wasn't a great athlete, but I worked a lot harder than a lot of my teammates. Same thing. I don't consider myself that good a musician. I'm okay. I just work really hard at it. And, in what I do for a profession, I didn't go to college for what I do for a living. I went to college for something completely different. But I work really hard at it. And I think that kind of enhances whatever we have. All right, let's bring a third guest in here, or second guest, third person. I don't know. Let's just say I'm not real creative with math. Hey, Doug, what's going on? And nothing. I'll tell you what's not going on is your audio.
You need to be more creative, son.
That's the problem. I think Doug is a little too creative, and he's always screwing with his setup, and then he's befuddled as to why it doesn't work.
I say, Chris, I was a professional snooker player for 2 years, right? I didn't make it to the top because of funding and stuff. But the reason I even became a professional was because I practiced for 8 hours a night for 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it takes is...
Check.
Hey! There's
Hey.
Doug.
It was just a button. I just didn't have a button flipped was all.
Okay.
Damn button.
I know. Well, it's like the whole system goes through this one thing, and if I shut it down, then everything gets really quiet. It's like a noise gate with one button, you know. But when I'm not using it, it's always on. So, and I forget that this microphone is going through it.
Right.
My
there
large
you go.
condenser isn't, but the air conditioner is running constantly, and there's been a storm going on, and
Right.
my internet has been shit. So it's like, yeah. So
But you're here
Yep.
for now. So
I'm here.
Well, very good. Well, I'll pose a few of the same questions that I posed to the chat and to Hugh. Give me your take on having some level of natural creativity, and can it be enhanced? Can you learn creativity, or can you develop the creativity that maybe you started out with, or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that people have a certain aptitude for certain things, you know. I mean, just naturally. So, I mean, some people are going to gravitate more to arts, whereas other people are going to, you know, be more into maybe sciences, or I mean, stuff like that. You know, their aptitude. That would be my guess. That's what they start with, and then just basically developing those things. I think it's all in developing. If you're around something and you practice it, no matter what it is, you're going to get really good at it eventually. Put the
Yeah,
work
one
in.
would presume, right? Unless you're fooling yourself about practice and you're not really practicing what you need to.
Well, at real practice, you're always pushing yourself. You're pushing yourself beyond what you can do to learn
Yeah.
something new. And so, I think, you know, I've heard a lot of people go, "Oh, you're so talented." Well, no. I work my ass off at learning, and I continue to keep learning, and it might sound like it's a lot of talent, but it's really just a lot of practice.
Yeah, I think there is, you know, at the end of the day, again, any discipline, working at your craft makes a difference. And in an application sense,
I got
you know, I really started songwriting 4 years ago, and recording, and the difference between now and then is pretty marked, and that's a fairly short period of time. Even though I've been playing a long time, I can hear vast differences in, you know, going live and playing guitar most Saturdays. You know, I can hear vast differences in where I started versus where I am now, and it's putting in hours of work.
I'm trying to write lyrics at the minute for. I've got about 3 or 4 songs that I've almost got fully fleshed out music-wise,
Yeah.
but I'm not good at writing lyrics, so that is something I'm trying to be creative with.
Yeah. I do hear you on that one. Lyrics are kind of my, I can do all right. This is what and I've thought about this too. This is something that we do to ourselves, and I'm very guilty of this. And that's whether we tell ourselves we can or whether we tell ourselves we can't, we're right. And so we have to be very careful about what we tell ourselves, you know? And so I'm trying to tell myself, because I know that this is bullshit. It's like when I say, "Oh, I suck at writing lyrics." Well, that's bullshit. I can write lyrics. I just need to do it more.
Yeah.
Again, this is about practice. I've got tablets and tablets and tablets and tablets. It's not like I don't practice. It's just that I don't give myself enough credit for what I can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's very foundational. If you start from a place of, okay, I might not be the best whatever, but I'm decent and
Right.
and I can get better from here. And if you start with that, and it's just a positive mindset, for lack of a better term, I think that allows you to launch off to a better place. And, like I'll use myself as an example. I don't play lead guitar. I don't. Never did it, never. But yet, there's probably me playing on 5, maybe 7 of my own songs, playing the lead guitar, and it wasn't that, I thought I can't do this. It's like, well, I don't think of myself that way, but I'm going to sit down with it. I'm going to see what happens, and
Yeah.
sometimes it was like, you know what, this works for the song. This is,
Exactly.
I'm no Jimmy Page, and no one's going to think, but it works for the song. And
You know
of course,
what?
other times I'm like, hey, Hugh, I need help. Can you do this?
I actually put Jeff Beck over Jimmy Page as far as guitar players go, and one of the most beautiful. Do I have an echo? I'm hearing an echo or something.
No, you've just got there's a little processing on your voice, and it's probably
Yeah.
the noise gate.
Okay. Well, anyway, what I was going to say was he did a collaboration back in like '86 or no, it was in it was around '85 actually, with Rod Stewart. They had worked together years before that, and stuff. But they did a song, "People Get Ready."
People get ready.
Get ready. There's a train coming. Anyway, the guitar in that is so simple. It's just like down, 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 down. It's just the chord. He's picking out arpeggios out of the chord.
Exactly.
That's all it is, but it's just so perfect and so beautiful. I mean, it's just like couldn't have been better. But anybody could play it. Anybody. So it's not always about how fast and flashy and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Sometimes a song just calls for something simple and beautiful. You know what I mean?
Well, that's certainly a creative approach to, people of that guitar stature could do anything they wanted, and their creativity said, "No, this is all this song needs." And again, an arpeggiated chord.
Right.
Okay, well, works perfectly for the song, and I kind of feel that way about lyrics. Dom and I talk about this. Dom really crafts his lyrics, and he's
Oh,
always
yeah.
trying to say something very interesting. And I guess I take a more workmanlike approach because I write every day.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
and a big part of the writing is I've got this amount of space on a page. Things got to fit.
Right.
So I can't express all my thoughts and all that. There ain't space. So I condense myself, and I take that same approach in songwriting. What am I trying to say here?
Right. Condensed.
And I'm just going to
concise.
use the words that I need to get that idea across. And,
very concise,
is the rhyming scheme a little basic sometimes? Yeah, absolutely. But that's what I don't think the song necessarily needs more. I can certainly get clever and turn a phrase, but so what? Then that's kind of masturbating a little bit, If it doesn't really move the song along, or if it doesn't really put an interesting twist on the idea.
One thing that you brought up just a second ago that kind of spawned what I was going to talk about a second ago was when I beat myself up about my lyrics and it's like, oh, I just suck at lyrics, blah, blah, blah. It's because what I end up doing is I compare myself to people like Dom, to Brad, to, Frank, Terzo, all these people who are just outstanding songwriters, lyricists, they write lyrics that just pound your heart to the friggin' ground. You know what I mean? And, you know what I'm saying?
I do, and
Okay.
everybody's got your mileage may vary here. I'm a big believer that kind of the hook and the melody can be more important than what you're actually singing.
Yeah.
That's my take, but
But
your mileage may vary.
When a song can bring the listener to tears, that's something pretty special. And every one of those people I just mentioned have songs that can do that, so.
Yeah, YMCA does it for me.
Well, I'm going to put, you're hitting upon something here. I'm going to put that definition back up. Core elements, value and appropriateness, serve a purpose, hold meaningful benefit, and you see emotional impact, aesthetic appeal. Beautiful art gets an emotional response. Beautiful songs, yeah, you laugh, you cry, you get happy, you get mad. They bring something out in you, and I think that's where the creative process, you're invoking some response from other people.
Right.
What that might be.
It doesn't have to be just music. It can be like a television show.
Sure.
It can be something in a scene in MASH that just really gets to you, and you can watch it and you've seen it a million times, but it's still, you're just kind of fighting back the tears because it's so well done. It's emotional.
I'll tell you, creativity. I came in today and went to the fridge and I had 2 pork fillets, and I thought, what should I do with that? I thought, why not make schnitzel? So I made pork schnitzel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
I thought that, I was like, okay, that's good. Schnitzel?
Did it taste good? That was my question. I didn't really ask that, but
Oh yeah, lovely.
yeah. Well, it looked like it probably tasted good, but
Yeah, when you cook in that fashion, the meat always stays lovely and tender.
yeah. Well, I haven't really contributed to my portion of the food channel for a while, so
Yeah, well, it's, again, but creative expression in food, absolutely. The best restaurateurs, the people we know, Gordon Ramsay, your food sucks, but you're a very successful brand. And a lot of these chefs, there's a creative twist to what they do. I personally love watching the cooking competition shows. And just because it's like, okay, here, we're going to throw this at you. You got 30 minutes, be creative. And watching their mind work and like, what the hell am I supposed to do with sauerkraut and cottage cheese? How do I make a gourmet meal out of this?
That's,
Yeah,
interesting
but
combination.
you can watch the wheels turn in their minds, and when they're successful, it's like, oh well, that was really cool and creative, and it's fun to watch. Same thing. I could watch musicians go about their craft, either recording or doing whatever. I like watching the nuts and bolts of taking that creativity and putting it into something concrete.
On one sidetrack note that will just have meaning for us 3 here and a few people in the chat, sauerkraut does go good with kielbasa, and kielbasa is not a hot dog, so.
Potato, Doug.
It's not a hot dog. It's not.
It's ground meat in a casing.
But it tastes different. And you cook it.
I don't know anybody that eats hot dogs raw, so.
No. Ooh, that's nasty.
Yeah, think about that for a minute. No, thank you. Even if you like hot dogs like I do, I'm not
too
eating a
hot
raw
here.
hot dog.
James, it's too hot here. It's a wonder it's a wonder I'm wearing clothes at all.
I do appreciate you putting on clothes for. I'm sleeveless. I often am, but
I have no green screen because it's just too friggin' hot for any of the lights that aren't really even that hot. But I'm not doing this shit, man. It's just too hot.
I feel you. I think we're all, for parts of the U.S., people are finding creative ways to try not to melt.
Right. It's got to be all day long.
It's warm. It was actually much cooler in Denver today than it has been for the past couple weeks. It was only 82.
It was 106 here. It was 106.
That's hotter.
Yeah, it's a little bit hot. So you go outside and leave a trail wherever you go. You can find your way back easily.
Hate that.
Yeah.
I didn't even water today. We actually got a little rain yesterday, and like, whoa. So I checked all the plants, and they're like, you know what, we're good, bro. Like, okay.
Yeah, it rained and lightning and everything here for a while, but as soon as and it poured for just a minute, but then as soon as it quit, the temperature went back up. Now it's really humid out there. You know,
Oh,
it's
that's the
humid and
worst.
hot, and oh, I know it. And it's back up to 100 degrees out there with about 80% humidity.
Humidity's
a
not
lot
my
of-
friend.
A lot of the time this summer over here, it's been a lot warmer than normal, and the fact that most of us here don't have AC is a bit of a.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet.
That's what, we've conquered you with McDonald's. We need to conquer you with air conditioning.
Yeah. Creative ways of being cool.
I went
Yeah.
into the doctors today, and the air conditioning in there was perfect. I was just after I came out, I just sat in the waiting room for half an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 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 I can see that.
Actually, the humidity here is pretty high. It's 63%. That's pretty high for Denver. But it's getting ready to rain, too, so that might have something to do with it.
My AC just kicked off a few minutes ago. Looking at Jerry. Yeah. Mine's running day and night, too.
Yeah, well, gotta do it.
I had to get up the other night and turn it on turn it down because it was like I got up and I looked and it was like 78 degrees in here, and it's like it's way too warm to sleep, you know. So I turned it down to 72.
Yeah.
Just can't sleep in heat.
No,
No,
I
can't
can't either. I have an air conditioner and I run a fan just to blow the air over me because, if I could sleep in a meat locker, I'd be a happy guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just another slab of beef in there.
My breathing's compromised anyway, just because my sinuses. I had polyps removed a few years ago, but there's still some there that couldn't take away because they're too near my brain, and that's why I've got a slight speech impediment at times. It's because of that. Sometimes I'm on an inhaler for that too. So
Yeah.
so I need loads of air in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want the surgeon slipping on the polyp next to your brain. Oopsie! Sorry.
No, nah.
Oh,
Maybe I already did.
yeah. Oh, my goodness. Well, slipped out. Now he's an Oakland Raiders fan.
Oh no. Bad. That was bad.
He set me up. Look here's a Scotsman. He's wearing a Gas Monkey Garage t-shirt.
I don't know what that even means.
Oh, well, it's a hot rod shop in Dallas, Texas.
Okay. Well,
They build custom hot rods there. They were
Considering-
on TV for a long time, and then everybody went, yeah, you're full of shit, guys.
considering that every weekend I have coffee with my hot rod race car.
Yeah, how do you
friends,
not know Gas Monkey Garage?
I'm sure they all do, but you know,
Yeah.
If
I
you
only
could
kind
see
of
it.
half-ass pay attention to their conversations, just like they only half-ass pay attention. Hey, I need some P90s. P90s.
I didn't buy this, by the way.
You didn't buy it.
No. My sister
gift.
gave it to me.
Well, so that's good. Hey, I love free shirts. This one, $2 at Walmart. They were, did their usual printed too much Chinese crap and like, meh. And it was on a rack that said, hey, clearance, $4. And I went, all right, well, I need a couple new sleeveless shirts because some of my other ones are pretty tattered.
Yeah.
And I got going through and I found 3 styles that I thought were okay. And then I looked at the price tag and they'd marked them down to $2. So I got three shirts for $6.
yeah.
I was feeling,
Yeah. That's
whatever.
pretty
They
cool.
probably won't last a year. Who cares? At $2,
Yeah. Who cares, really?
that's a price I'm willing to pay for being a slightly cooler this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to get bargains on all my rock and roll clothes back when I was a poor musician. Just struggling. Go down to Goodwill or something like that and pick up a pair of pants for like 50 cents or
Okay, yeah, let's continue the creative track. Creative as far as stage where we've all played, out live at some point. And again, everybody, Hugh, I don't know that you went big into the costumes or the wardrobe for playing, or did you?
No, I wasn't like Roger Daltrey with like open neck shirt and tassels or anything. No, but no, I was pretty conservative really. Until I got home.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find the
Yeah.
some of the photos from the early days. My girlfriend at that time made that was her thing. She made clothing for herself, and so
Oh.
she got fabric, and it was shiny. It was like a satin of some kind, and made me a red top, shirt, and satin pants. So black, and it was the stupidest. They were so impractical. But you know,
yeah.
hey, my girlfriend did it, so right.
Stage clothes. I mean, yeah.
Well, not stage clothes. At second year of high school, I don't know what came over me, but I bought a pair of two-tone blue velvet trousers. And I wore them to school for 2 weeks or something. Boy, it was every pair of eyes was like, who's this idiot? I thought maybe get me some girls, but it didn't quite really.
Damn it. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'm trying to think what. I basically always worn sleeveless shirts. I mean, I was doing it in high school because that's what you wore under your football gear and everything. So I always had them handy. So that's.
Yeah.
But you know, bottoms. Let's see. I did the on stage. Did the leather pants route, parachute pants. And this was big, and I don't know if any of you people remember, there was a brand that the weightlifters loved, Zubas. And the weightlifter guys loved them because they had a big, wide waistband, and they were really full in the thighs. And, you know, again, weightlifters, athletic guys. Extra thigh room was appreciated. So I did those for a while. And they went, that was one of those things that they were hot as hell, and then is like, you wouldn't be caught dead in them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Did you ever do spandex?
oh yeah, I had some spandex, but not the super.
Oh, yeah.
I've always had a little spandex in there, but not the super tight. Check out my package kind of spandex.
Yeah.
I had them looser just so I could move a little
No,
bit.
I'm talking about the skin tight. Your balls are, I mean, and they're like, they glow in the dark. I mean, you are like fluorescent.
You
know?
kind of know my build, guys, with my giant thighs and spandex. Not a great look on me. That's why I like the Zubas.
Well, I mean, I don't know what
wear
you.
them. I only wear them when I'm going shopping.
There you go.
Well,
yeah.
things change over the years, Chris. So, I mean, you
Yeah.
never know. I could have sported, 4 years ago. Who knows?
Yeah. No,
Although I've seen some pictures, so I mean, you probably could have pulled it off. I don't know.
I think the thighs would have been distracting from anything else that might have been going on down there, because
Well, you had a base in front of you, so
that's true. Thank
Who's gonna
God.
be checking that shit out,
Yeah, nobody of. That's why I never. When Steinberger came out with their bass,
Oh,
I started playing one, and they were amazing. I mean, they sounded so good, and on and on and on. They were fast, and I'm in the music store, and I'm starting to think hard about it, and I just happened to turn, and I caught a reflection of myself in the store window, with holding this, and it looked like I was holding a black toothpick. It was so it looked just ridiculous. It's like, I cannot
yeah.
take
This
this
is-
on stage. This is ridiculous.
Too small of a guitar for you.
It's too small a guitar for me. Indeed. Yeah. It looks, and again, the old creative process are like, is this a good stage look? Nah.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing about it is like, Angus Young. Angus Young is just tiny.
Oh yeah, he's tiny. Brian Johnson is tiny.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Well, that whole band is kind of tiny, but I
Yeah,
mean,
no, none of them are big dudes.
but I mean, Angus sports that friggin' SG, and it just like that SG just makes him look like a midget out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Steve Marriott with his 355
No, but
and the small faces? It's like it takes up from just below his chin to his knee almost.
Yeah, everything's relative. And SG is. I could play one and look okay, but I mean, just aesthetically wise, it's still a smaller guitar for me. Just visual wise. You know, the bass I play, that Gibson Victory bass, is an enormous bass. It's heavy, it's big, it's suited for me.
I don't like the head drop on SGs. They turn into friggin' dinosaurs because of the head drop. Just that's a headstock wants to hit the floor, you know. 'Cause
Yeah, well, you would be impressed with the Victory bass then, because it's got a big headstock and it totally wants to dive. Worse than my Thunderbird.
Yeah, no, I don't like those kind of guitars.
Well, it's a Gibson thing. They all head dive to some extent.
Well, yeah, Les Pauls really don't, but I mean, but they're kind of different kind of guitar altogether.
Yeah,
anyway.
well, that's because their ass is so heavy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, they almost put you to the ground. They're so heavy around your neck.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing with, a frail fellow like you, Doug, would struggle to pick up my Victory bass. It's stupidly. I weighed it one time. It's stupidly heavy. It's like
I'm really not
13
that
pounds.
frail.
I know, but we got to tease you. I mean, these little things stick. Doug,
I tease myself about it more than anybody else.
well, absolutely.
But in reality, it's like, yeah.
All of the electrics I've bought recently have been bought for their lightweight. It's because having a fretted shoulder, I can't carry a Les Paul or
Yeah.
I totally get that.
even
Yeah,
with a strap on. Ooh, matron. But I mean,
again, guys, we're not that kind of show. So
my red Charvel.
Yeah.
That's Swamp Ash, and it weighs something. It's 6 pounds electric guitar. That's what it all weighs. Super light. And I've got a Fender Telecaster that's weight relieved in the body with chunks out of it inside.
But the
That's what,
Charvel,
5
you don't
pounds?
like it because the neck is so little, though, too, don't
No,
you?
that's a different Charvel. The one I don't like is my black one. So I haven't played it for a long time. So I've got 3. I've got that black one, the red one, the Swamp Ash light one, and my Warren D. Martini, the snake one.
yeah, I love your snake one.
That's what she said.
Again, not that kind of show, but we're good with the jokes.
Being creative.
Absolutely creative, and I find that I love using creativity to sneak in, the double entendres and, just the little borderline dirty stuff, because it's funny. Because I have the brain of a 12-year-old.
Yeah. Right. Well, this is that kind of show anyway. You know?
It really is. Ooh, we can. This is as deep as we go, talking about a serious topic like creativity. This is not a highbrow show, folks. We're not here to solve world poverty or anything like that. We're just here to screw around and
we're kind of back to normal too, because we're kind of the springboard to the Friday normal. Because it hasn't been a Friday normal for...
No, it hasn't.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, this is, I've said at the beginning of the show, I actually feel normal finally for me. For the first time, normal show. I've been on my normal time here 3 weeks in a row, and now I'm leading into a normal Friday with, Pole Vault and Sunshine, and then Lori, and then Hubs, and then... Leela, and so I'm very excited that we're back to quote unquote normal, because that creativity is one thing, but we all crave routine to some level too. We are creatures of habit. I know I am, and I probably get a little worse as I get older. I like trying new things, but I like my routine too because that feels more comfortable to me.
I was going to say, well, we've talked about creativity as like in a positive light. So how about when you're not creative and you're struggling to create? So what solutions and ways around it could be?
I'm glad you brought that up because, everything is, a two-sided coin. Hey, I'm feeling creative. And there are times, and we've all struggled with is like, I got nothing.
Right.
Yep.
I'm not interesting. I can't think of anything interesting. I don't know what to play. I don't know what to say. All of it. So why don't you start us off, Hugh? What has helped you maybe break out of that rut a little bit?
Well, health obviously with me is always there in the background somewhere. But I mean, in the last 2 months, as I say, I didn't know why I was completely lethargic all the time. I had planned to do something in my studio, and by the time came late at night time when I usually go in to do something, I didn't have the energy, and then the urge to create pissed off. You know what I mean? I was like, I just wanted to go and lie down somewhere. So basically, just feeling a bit better, and I come in. I had a really, really good day today. One of the best days for ages. A lot of good outcomes of things that happened to me today. So when I came in, I felt great. I had something to eat. Waited a little while, and then straight away I wanted to go and record, and I did. And I recorded 3 different things for 3 different songs, and
Cool.
it's the first time I've done that in 2 months. So
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you, Doug? When you find yourself in a little bit of a creative rut, how do you shake things up or work your way out of it?
Well, first of all, I want to just elaborate a little bit on what Hugh just got to saying. I think when you do feel good, especially if you have that contrast of a long period of time where you haven't felt good, just then all of a sudden you feel really good. That in itself can just like take you to that level of wanting to be creative. I have found that one thing that helps me a lot with being creative is having kind of like goal type things, like right now I'm just started working on something, and the bottom line is the goal on this is it's going to be something for Monster Fest, the Monster Metal Fest coming up in on Halloween on G Camp or GMA.
all right.
And so it's a drop D thing that I've been working on, but it's kind of helps me with inspiration when I have these certain things. It's these projects that come along, or these events coming up that you have to kind of have something for it. And every one of these festivals I've had new material for. So and I find that's kind of helps with creativity when you kind of have to do it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. Go ahead, you.
On you go. Sorry.
No. This is my show, and I don't interrupt my guests.
I
So
was
go
just
ahead,
going
please.
to say, yeah, that's another thing. If you're a guitar player, sometimes going off standard tuning, as Doug said, drop D, or if you're on acoustic, go into dadgad or something like that. That can bring the creativity out of you.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I would say, for me personally, just changing something. Tuning, I'm not big on the tuning thing. I've tried a little bit, but
Oh, I love
it doesn't
different tuning.
necessarily work for me. But, I try once a month to learn at least a different chord voicing and get it down where I have some muscle memory to it. And I do find that a lot of times if I'm hearing a different voicing, then that will create something. And to kind of tack onto what you were saying, Doug, my whole life is ruled by deadlines. I mean, I have to have projects done. It's got to go to the printer, whatever. So for me, a festival, one of
Yeah.
G-May's festivals, the Music for Life albums have been
Yeah.
a godsend for me personally
Yeah.
because I got to have a song, and I got to have a song by this deadline.
Right.
And for me, that really it puts you in a place where I need to get something done, and so you're a little more conscious of it, and you will work at something maybe a little bit more than you would,
Exactly.
and then before you know it, you're rolling down the track and going, "Oh, this is starting to come together. I've got something here,"
and
and then it's a positive spiral.
Yeah, absolutely. And the charity album was really good because there was the extra incentive knowing that you're helping kids. For me, that
Yeah.
was just like a boost, That
Oh,
just
absolutely.
that gave me more boost and more energy to do something out of my norm,
Yeah, it felt great.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, to help the kids is great. And, being a cancer survivor, I have unbelievable empathy for what those kids are going through. And some of them are quite young. I got cancer the first time, I was 48. I've been around a little bit, so I had a mechanism for dealing with it that I'm not sure these kids did. So I wanted to do something positive,
Absolutely.
positive sounding song if possible. But not even that, just more here's something you can listen to and you cannot think about what you're dealing with right now. You can go to a different place. You can listen to me, you can listen to the other people on this album and get in a little different frame of mind for a minute.
When Pete Jones does the song Timber,
Yeah.
last year's one,
It's another one.
I did a collab with Tremor Bear, and
Yeah.
the initial music he sent me was so inspiring. It was so great that everything just flowed from me, the guitar stuff and the ideas, and it came together so fast, and it was dead kind of organic that way. It was like boom.
Yeah.
So that was a wonderful experience.
Yeah, working with others can
Absolutely.
definitely, because you're putting two creative or three or however many are involved, all the creative synergy there, and the sum is often greater than the parts.
Absolutely.
Because that synergy builds up. And I'm a big proponent of that. If you have the opportunity to work with others, I just think it's a terrific thing to do. Again, it gets you out of your own head and your own space and puts you in a different place. And I think that's very inspiring creativity-wise.
It is for me, absolutely it is, because and one of the things that I've always really enjoyed is I love to just do improv. I've improv. We'd go out to clubs and just get up and play and just improv. And it's a lot of fun. And these collabs, it's kind of like a gigantic, more controlled kind of like that, because it's like, most of them are original music. And when you're throwing some original music, for me, I kind of like listen to what is the music saying, and then how can I complement what's already there type thing. And it's really inspiring and creative to do that kind of thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough. I posted Jerry's comment here, and he's exactly right. I get obsessed with, if I'm writing a song, the melody is in my head and the lyrics are in my head, and first thing in the morning, that song is playing in my head. And then when I go to bed at night, and it becomes fused in.
Yeah.
And then I start hearing all the different instrumentation and, what if I did this here? And
yeah.
That's the thing as well. When a song is coming together, and it's a wonderful feeling when new stuff gets added and it really works and it inspires you the next thing to come, and
yeah,
that's the greatest part of recording stuff as well, is how something can end up completely different from the idea you started with.
Let me ask you guys this question, because this happens to me all the time. whatever it is I'm working on currently, it's the best thing I've ever worked on. And then, like a few months after I've kind of got done it and got over it, and I haven't listened to it for a while, then it's like, yeah, that wasn't so, not so much like the best thing I've ever done. It's like almost kind of, I wish I would have done this differently. I wish I would have done that differently, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I think that's a normal thing. It's like, when you fall in love and that person is the
Yeah.
moon rises and sets on them and everything's wonderful, and then later, they fart and they're not as good, but it's still good. That's a terrible example. But never mind. Forget I said that. But to your point, I totally get that. I'm very much into it, and that's why I think it's helpful to get to a point on a song and then walk away and let it sit for a week or 2 weeks, and then come back to it and go, okay, now how do I feel about it now? And for me, that's a little helpful. I can be a little more critical of it because, to your point, Doug, what I'm doing is the greatest fucking thing ever.
Oh yeah.
Ever. No one has ever written a better song than this. And then, as time goes on and you get a little distance from it, you go, well, it may not be the best song ever.
Right.
It's maybe not that good. And, conversely, though, it's always good to play it out and not necessarily rely just on your own. That was the whole premise of Songwriters Anonymous, is to bounce things off people, because you can be so self-critical. I had one of the songs on the charity album. I did it and I played it, recorded it, and then I decided that I thought it sucked. I didn't. But again, I was so close to it, I was just sick of it.
Yeah.
And I played it for my sister-in-law, who has a very good ear in music. I just said, "What do you think of this song?" She goes, "Oh, I love it." And I said, "Should I put this on this charity?" She goes, "Yeah, you're a fool not to put that on. That's really..." And because she gave me that perspective, and now as time has gone on, it's like, it's not my favorite song I've ever done, but it's certainly not a song that I don't pretend that I ever did or anything like that. It's upper middle of the pack. So it's a good, solid song, and she was right. I'm glad she talked me into putting it on the album.
And another thing as well, sometimes your own song or your own recording, everybody else's view on it can be completely polar opposite to how you see it.
Oh yeah. Huh.
I mean, I sent a song in to Thomas Christ this week for the first time in a while.
Nice.
It was just an old blues tune I did like 3 or 4 years ago. Wasn't expecting anything, and I had some really beautiful comments in the comments. I was like, it's all right, but I mean, if you see what I'm not seeing, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You can. It's good to have a little outside. Now, you can't live for it either. Sometimes it's people are just put way too much weight into what other people think. There's a happy medium place where I think it's okay, and other people seem to really dig it. So okay, that's good. Comment on Coldy's here, bro. You know the drill. If the song is completely written in your head, just sit down one night and go, I'm just going to do a scratch guitar, and just lay down a scratch guitar.
That's good.
And then see where just start. That's the main thing. Turn on the DAW and just doodle. You might you might erase everything you recorded that night, but you've got to start.
On that charity album is kind of funny because when I first released Ballerina, I was embarrassed of that song. I mean, I just, it was like, oh God, I got to pull something out, and I did that, and it's like, oh, it didn't turn out like I wanted it, and because I actually had a female vocalist going to sing it. I had the drums. I had a drummer that was, and everything just went south, and I ended up having to do it myself, and I just went, and then I turned it in. I was like, God, I'm just like, oh, I wish I could just take it back. And everybody's like, no, it sounds just really good. Why do you want to take it back? It's like, because it's like embarrassing. And then as time has went on, now I've gotten to the point where it's like, well, that's actually a pretty good song, but It took a while. It took a while.
Sometimes it does take a little time and perspective. I've certainly, I will advise this for everybody out there. Go back and listen to your old catalog. And for a couple things. One thing you can get from it is like, well, I'm better than I was back then. I've grown. And so you can take that positive. And I think you'll often find this like, you know what, I kind of forgot about this song. This is pretty good. Yeah. I can see where I was going with it. This is good. I can see some things that maybe I would do differently now, or I can hear, but that's okay. This was a snapshot in time. This is what I was capable of doing at this time. And it's still a pretty good song. And I'm glad I did it.
The third of three things that I recorded tonight was an acoustic track. And I had recorded it weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago. And I thought it sounded okay, and then I heard a different version of it somewhere else, and I thought, my guitar doesn't sound as good as that. So I went through 6 different acoustics, and then it turns out my brand new one has the tone that I was looking for.
Oh.
So, capo on the 2nd fret, all good.
Cool, yeah, I love capo at 2nd fret. That's my guitar setup I got right now.
Right.
Oh, God
B
love
flat.
you capo guys. I own a capo. I have no idea where it is. That's one of those things where muscle memory screws me. Every time I try and use a capo, I'm always put my giant fingers on top of the capo because I want to go to that 0 fret. It's just what I'm used to, and it's dumb. And again, practice would solve that, but I don't ever practice with a capo.
No.
Yeah.
2nd fret.
There is a capo in this office someplace. I couldn't tell you where.
I finger
probably
pick all the
in
time,
one of the-
Chris. So
Yeah.
capos are very handy for
Yeah.
picking in different keys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they absolutely are. And again, that's just pure silliness on my part to not utilize them more often.
No. They're just an option.
Yeah. Hey, David from Live to Fly channel. What are you doing? We're talking about creativity and everything. I'm going to fire up something because Poison Whales was on a little earlier in the chat. I don't know if he's still here or not. But new song that I think he put out last week. Well, no, I'm going to do this first because I got to say hi to Lori. Hey, everybody. Lori.
Hello.
What's going on?
You. What is up, Dougie? And
Those
Chris?
capos.
Hello.
That's a lot of capos.
That's a lot of capos.
I got even more than
Capo
that.
Chris, it was buried.
What's
Your
that?
link was buried hard in our chat. So it's
Oh, really? Well,
I've been searching for a while.
yeah,
Doesn't
welcome
take
to
long.
my world. That's you. And
Someone
I
must have
put,
done it.
here's the funny thing about the link buried in the chat. I put that on literally 3 minutes before showtime.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So,
Well, I left you a message.
because I didn't
You
have my
didn't see
shit
it yet.
together.
I left you a message saying I'm not going to be there at the start. I'm
Yeah,
doing stuff. I'm doing.
I did see it. I just didn't respond because I was running a little behind on some
Oh, you
things.
did? Okay, good. No, I'm glad
Yeah.
you saw it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've been in and out. Like I'm listening to you guys as I'm having a cigarette, but I'm talking to a friend. You were talking about cancer, and my friend who had breast cancer got attacked by her cat.
Oh,
Well, she broke up a cat fight, I should say, and it sent her to the ER. So
wow.
People
I took my phone.
don't know. You don't break up a cat fight. You get the squirt bottle and you squirt the little bastards. And
I don't
Yeah.
know what she did, but I saw her message come through, and she goes to bed at like 8. She's a morning person, and I was like,
oh, I hate those people.
I mean,
No offense.
She knows I sleep late and I stay up late, and I saw her message come through. I'm like, why are you up? And then I heard it. So yeah, she's in the ER.
Well,
And I've been
best
editing,
wishes.
too.
Yeah, well, let's hope she gets better.
Thank you.
And get a spray bottle from Walmart, $1.29, fill it up with water, and get it so it's pinpoint, and you spray the little pricks. Now, I've almost never have to spray Roscoe or Squid because they're angels. But in
Well,
case
this is
your
why I don't
cat's
get
nuts.
cats. I
Well,
don't
this
spray
is
bottles. No, I'm kidding.
well, the spray bottle will be the cheapest cat accessory. I did buy. I was at the Lowe's and I was picking up some stuff for the
At
garden,
the
and they had
Lowe's.
cat toys. Now I've learned, but they were like $3, and they were little plastic balls, and they had streamers and little bells in there. And I thought, for $3 I'll give it. So I got home and I got on the package and I threw it at the cats, and both of them went. And
Didn't like it.
well, I'm glad I only spent $3.
Yeah. That's
You
funny.
never know with
No matter
cats.
what store I go to, at the checkout aisle, there's always like animal toys. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I wish I had like a pet. Like this stuff looks so fun.
Well, if you have a cat, if you have a box, that's all the toy they need.
Well, yeah,
I had
yeah,
got a
Hugh's
new
proven that.
something in the mail, and the cat was in and out of the box for an hour. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I've got an app on my phone that Felix loves. It's just little mice coming out of mice holes and running along the floor. And
Like
he's just
whack-a-mole.
chasing them.
Yeah.
yeah. Now both the cats like the laser pointer
Creative
for a
cat talk.
minute or two,
Jerry.
Yeah,
but
and
then
it's,
they realize they
uh,
can't catch it, and then they start looking at you like you're fucking with me,
You.
and you
You
got to
stop.
sleep sometime. It's like, putting the laser away, boys.
Aye.
Yeah, that's it. Creative cat talk, indeed. Well, some of us have cats, and
Well, I missed a lot of your creative talk, so I hope to not be redundant or repetitive.
no, that's fine because again, you have to share your thoughts in the context that you experience it. So let her rip.
Okay, so what I heard, only just popping in and out, is a lot of what inspires you to write a song. And that's not all creativity is about, because I don't write songs.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot more ways to be creative. And for me, I mean, I'm creative in my videos. I'm creative in how I want to edit a video. I'm creative in
Absolutely.
what inspires me to do a video. So you don't have
Cooking.
to necessarily be a songwriter or go on a long winter walk with Jerry Gomes. But God, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. Well, see,
It's-
I specifically
Eating
didn't bring
keto
up
snacks.
the visual because I knew you would be here. Because
What?
I did want to touch on album artwork is creative as all get out. I mean, remember in the 60s, the 70s, 80s, that was everything. The album cover and the liner notes. And
Yep.
then videos came along, and see, this is where we got Lori here because that is her. I don't want to
Creative.
say it's your main creative thing, but you're super creative with your videos, where the rest of us kind of
It's
we do the best we can.
no, but it's where I find most pleasure, right? Because I'm like, I never considered myself a really good player, a really good singer, but I'm like, I want to create an atmosphere. Like, I want to create a video that people don't listen to the music, don't watch every little detail. They just fall into the atmosphere. And like a video from MTV, like I've said this a million times, but I don't want them to see anything that's obvious. I'm not that perfect, but that's what, that's what gets me going is a thumbnail of the original video or somebody's voice. Why do you get so
Because we are paying rapt attention to what you're sharing.
Okay.
'Cause these are like nuggets from heaven for
Really?
because I think
Just
on the
tell-
creative side, I'm a visual guy. That's what I do for a living. I mean, but it's 2D graphics kind of stuff. And I love doing the videos too, but I find that for me, it's a struggle. So I pay a lot of attention to what you do and like,
It's-
okay, that's good. I need to try and steal a few ideas here because, they move
And
along.
that's a good point. Community, steal from your friends. Absolutely.
And-
Like,
yeah,
I mean, if
yeah.
you,
Thanks, Lori. Now we can all dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aye.
Yeah, I had no idea I was such a good dancer. Hey, speaking of great dancers, it's Gary Hubbs.
Gazarina!
Gazarina.
You kids will hear about that
Gazarina.
tomorrow night on my show. We'll get a lot of funny AI videos going around.
Uh-huh.
Indeed. So you're off work, Mr. Hubs. The
Yes.
plan was tonight. This is the night that sometimes Hubs works late and shuts down the shop, and he can come on the show and Gary and I have a little one-on-one time, which is delightful. But his supervisor screwed that up because he couldn't sleep, pussy. So I'm glad you're here, and
Yeah.
in spite of your supervisor's best efforts.
I told him to watch, so he'll get a kick out of that pussy comment there. But
God.
Right. I don't care. Come on,
He's
bring
not
it on,
watching,
bro.
is he?
You messed
Just-
with my Hubs, and so we're potentially enemies.
Well, and that's why I'm here now, because I think that you kind of set up your theme thinking that you had me for a bit of a one-on-one discussion, and it didn't happen. So
Yeah. Well.
Oh, are
but
you
I'm-
the number one person in creativity?
no, but I said, hey, Chris, I'd like to come on your show, and Chris is like, cool, that'd be awesome. And he puts out a show with a topic, and I'm like, okay, cool. So
You're pretty
no.
creative, babe.
Yeah, he was just going to
You're
be
pretty
first out of
creative.
the blocks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, Gary has creativity on display live every week. And, he's developed some shticks and some routines and some other things and they were clever to come up with, the sparkle jar. Oh my goodness.
We haven't seen that in a while.
No, we haven't. No.
Who's echoing? Everybody keeps saying that Doug's echoing.
Well,
That's
we
why
just
I'm
started
looking.
echoing.
I'm
And it
searching
stopped
here.
again, I thought.
Okay, now we're don't have it.
Are we not?
I was just loading up the page when Lori was talking about how creativity can be in any number of forms and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. If you could make a room full of people laugh because you're quick wit, that's creativity, man. It's
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
so much. It's to me, it's seeing the possibility for something that isn't there yet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, can be in any form.
Yeah. See, I don't think of myself as an artistic person or get creative. I see one thing and then I jump on it. If that makes sense. Like I little things inspire me. Like I said, like a thumbnail or somebody else's video or an original video. So it's little things that inspire me. And I'm like, oh, I can make this better. Or if I'm creating a video like I am tonight, B.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I bet I can do lighting in that section. So I think it's just like an ongoing thing. It just comes spontaneously. If that makes sense.
That's creativity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You got fucking Mario over there again? You get cops?
The cops are after Mario right now. I'll keep you up to date. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Fire per scanner.
Yeah, I was,
I don't
we
pick
should
it up
mention,
there. Yeah.
the last 4 or 5 times you've been on, the Popo has been roaring
Yeah.
by. So
It's just, yeah.
crime wave there in Regina.
Don't believe the rumors that Canada's falling apart. We're doing all right. It's just I don't know what these localized sirens are, but yeah.
Oh, we get sirens all the time here too.
Sounds like
I
Dudley
should-
Do Right's working overtime.
Maybe I should stop lighting fires. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a
There's,
thought.
there's trouble deep in Regina.
Quick. Yeah.
Oh wow. Hi, Players Gambit.
All right. That's a new person. Welcome.
Man.
I think this is a new person to the show, so welcome in that. And this is I think, very astute observation and comment. It is everywhere, and it's there to be tapped into it, but you do have to be a little observational.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there is beauty in simplicity. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's kind of what I said. Like, watch other people, watch what they do, and
Mhm.
don't steal ideas, but be inspired by their
Oh,
ideas.
I steal ideas
Yeah.
as well.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, any graphic artist will tell you you're always borrowing.
Yeah.
I mean, I buy other magazines off the newsstand just to get a couple ideas. Like, oh, I like what they did with the font there. I like their call out. That's cool. I should try that.
that's how trends happen, right? That's how everything catches on. Someone tries something new, and then everyone's like, "Well, that's pretty cool, man."
Well, the
Skinny
fact that we're
jeans,
talking,
cut off T-shirts. Yeah.
yeah, the fact that we're talking about video so much, that wasn't a thing before MTV. Nobody did that. Sometimes they would film a concert video, that was it. And then MTV came along, and now you
It's a story.
almost
Yeah,
have
for
to have a video.
widespread, but I mean, we all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine, yellow
Yeah.
submarine.
Well, again, that was a whole feature-length movie.
They were thinking forward back then. Those Beatles.
Yeah, well,
guys.
they had good drugs apparently.
And a budget.
Yes.
And a real big budget. And all kinds of time.
Well, it's funny you bring up budget, Gary, because one of the things that inspires me as well is if you don't have a lot of money, you can't hire, your own mix guy or your own whatever videographer.
Right.
And so you get inspired by, okay, let me search on the internet what I can use to make my video look as real as possible with minimum dollars, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're lucky to have the tools we have now that
Absolutely.
Freaking crazy what we have.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was talking to you earlier. I'm like, AI's there. Like, you don't want to fake your stuff, but AI is there to help you.
Oh man, if the Beatles got frozen and then got, cryogenically and came here, they'd look at the tools that we have sitting on our computers here and go, oh my God, they might never finish an album because they'd be screwing around with it so much, frankly.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to make perhaps
They're way ahead of us.
an astute point. That's it. Their limitations really fostered creativity. Think of all the creative things that we take for granted that the Beatles invented on the fly, or their recording engineers, or George Martin did, because they had such limitations on what they had equipment-wise.
And on that very note, what I do sometimes, when I get kind of depressed about things, what I'll do is I'll say, go back and let my 13-year-old self sit down with the tools that I have now, and just kind of taking myself back to what it would have been like at 13 to have this fucking shit available to me. That's inspiring. All of a sudden, I just kind of go, well, what am I getting so down for,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, we're living in the best of times.
We did not have,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And why am I so down? It's like I have every reason to be up.
Talking about the Beatles, see if you go back pre-1966, listen to everything before then, right? And then listen to Revolver album and songs like Tomorrow Never Knows. It's a huge leap in creativity in the studio. Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, people forget how young those guys were. And by the time Revolver, they were, now 22, 23, they were starting to develop as people, and therefore as musicians, artists at the same time.
There was something else that took place too, right about that time.
Indeed.
What could it be? Well, Dogpaw mentioned it earlier, and he jokingly said, I used to be more creative when I smoked more. And boy, the 60s and people in the 70s really embraced that. As I'm well known for enjoying a drink or two, but I gotta say, I always found, I think that is a bit of a crutch and a cop-out, a substitute for actual creativity. As if, I can't do anything unless I get high, or I can't do anything unless I drink too much. Or I'm not, I would never advocate that. I don't think that's the best approach.
Well, anytime you're restricting yourself, I can't. It goes back to that what I said a little while ago.
Yeah, I can or I can't.
I can or I can't, and you're absolutely right. So when you go, I can't do it unless that's bullshit. But I have found.
I used to say I can't do originals. Right now, I haven't written an original, but you all out here in YouTube land have been so supportive of me, saying, well, you can come up with piano to something that we start. So if I can do piano to something that somebody else created, I should be proud of myself for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm doing.
That's creative.
it's creating piano, even though I'm not the one that started the song. So
Right.
Yeah,
Say something,
absolutely.
Lori. There's only one person out there saying you can't write originals, and that's
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It's you.
That's right.
You're the only
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
yeah,
The only one.
Yeah, you just haven't done it yet.
Right.
I
Well-
really would like to. And then
She
That
actually
makes
has though, because she's worked on originals before and she's come up with original parts. So that's you know
Absolutely.
That's
original piano
composing.
parts, yes, I can
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
to somebody else's idea. That's what I'm saying.
right.
Yeah.
So I
Hey,
guess-
Mike
I guess
Shaner, what's
you
going
will
on?
Inspire me, Mikey. What's that?
Well, I got news for you. That's writing. That's being creative, and that's writing. Whether it's your material or not, you wrote it. You know.
Yeah. A
I
creative
improvise,
interpretation.
Joy. I'm
Well,
still not there. I improvise.
Again,
If it's
that's
on tape.
still
If it's on tape and it didn't exist before you came along, then you
Right.
that's you created
I
it.
just feel like I'm a cheater because I listen to the guitar part. Maybe that's just my mental thing. I listen to the guitar part and I'm like, all right, do the chords around it, kind of do the guitar part.
How's that cheating? As a bass player, I'm
I don't
listening
know.
to both the singer, the guitar player, and the drummer, and my job is to meld all that together. So,
Okay, well, thank you.
yeah, that,
Yeah.
Let me know that.
hey,
Yeah.
that makes you a musician, not
Right.
a
Ooh.
And sometimes you do want to follow, and then sometimes you want to counter. So it's like debating
Yes.
on what you want, what direction you want to do, and what the music is asking for. You know, you have to listen to
And
what
I'm
it's
getting
asking.
better at that, Dougie. I am. I'm like, I'll listen and I'm like, all right, you can't just play the same melody
Yeah.
line or the same guitar line. You
No.
have to, yeah. No, I'm getting better at that. Like I can hear, I sent something into JDL the other day and I was improvising like crazy and I started singing things that just came to me and they all loved it. So
You've worked on
I'm
material
feeling it.
before.
That's how you write a song, right
I'm
there.
feeling it. Yeah, yeah.
A clinic on what you're talking about, where you completely branch off and do something different. Toto is a clinic on doing something completely different on keys than what the rest of the music's doing, and it comes together. And it's a clinic. Every album that they ever put out was a clinic on just that alone.
Oh man, I've done Toto. It's hard.
It
Right,
is
Gary?
hard, but it's like
Well, I'm glad Players Gambit is here, former executive chef. I should announce tonight I have a new actual paying gig. I am now my wife's company's official corporate chef.
Oh God.
Seriously, they hired me to cook for the company.
That's awesome. Are you gonna be
Yeah, no
smoking
joke.
meats all week?
I'll be smoking meats, doing I'll be doing quarterly luncheons and open houses when they have customers in, and Friday afternoon clubs once a month. So,
That's so awesome. Chris.
and I also am a courier between the two warehouses. So, but this allows me to keep my insurance, and so I'm covered until I hit Medicare
You're busy.
next year. Yeah. Well, again, I love cooking. It's creative, so
Yeah.
and they're actually paying me to do it. How's that, right?
yeah,
So that's a
score,
motivation.
score.
Yeah, I don't know
This
if I
is
should get.
motivation.
Well, for me, 100% honesty, I'm kind of paying them. Kind of in the but
Now the truth comes out.
yeah, to an extent. But basically, we're trading dollars. They're taking care of my health care, which was no
Yeah.
small chunk, and then I'm contributing to. I pay for some of the food and everything. Anyway, it's a damn
Awesome.
good deal for
Good for
me, and I don't have to change doctors or any of that other stuff. So I'm a happy guy. And here's the funny thing. I walk into the warehouse that first day and after it was official, and the guys are like, "We're so happy, we can't wait." Now, you're gonna make brisket, right? And they start naming off all the stuff that they like that I make. It's like, calm it, boys. Yes, I'm gonna do all that stuff. Don't you worry.
No, I want some of your smoked meat, Chris.
I've heard that from women before.
It's so moist.
Not in a long time, but no.
Ain't
Anyway,
gonna go there. Not going there.
Yeah, I'm really hungry. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Look
Well,
it up here at the chat.
yeah, I've got now. This is a big decision. I think I may have to buy a Hubs apron, or I may have to get my own
Ooh.
because the company is named Epic.
Oh,
It's
cool.
Epic Broadband Solutions. So I might have to get either a Hubs apron or I might do a custom apron that says Epic Chef.
Are there Hubs aprons out there?
I can get the Hubs logo on an apron on
There's
Okay,
foil.
one
I thought
on fourth
Gary.
wall. There's one.
There is really. Okay,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yep.
Why not?
Look out, Hubs aprons on fourth wall, everybody.
There you go. Yeah. Get it. If you're
They,
cooking,
That's the one right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
see, that's a perfect logo, I think, for an apron.
what's
Hey,
on the grill.
Steven. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
that's right.
I didn't see anything except the eyeballs. Yeah.
Yeah, the eyes are new. That's a new
Hi,
feature.
Stephen Sheets.
Grill height. Yes.
Exactly. All right, well, let's dive a little bit more into, because the creative process, and Lori brought it to the forefront, we're all musicians here, so we tend to think in that way. But of course, she brought up, look, I'm making videos, I'm doing the creative aspects of putting a video together, and Dogpaw, being a smart ass, said creative with wigs. But let's take that comment seriously in that Lori is really been big into the costuming and developing these looks of the videos. The whole California Girls thing. It was fun for me to be a part of because she had a vision and said, look, I need you to do X for the video. And she kind of mapped out how she thought it should go. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this seems like fun. Now, doing,
wait.
what did I do? 7 costume changes in
You
the middle
did
of
so
summer?
many.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bit ridiculous, but it
Wasn't it
came
fun?
together. Oh, God, yeah, it was fun. And the end result was epic. The end result looked like it was fun. Everybody was having fun. The song was fun. It was perfect.
It was a huge project too. I mean, all the people
my
involved. That was
So
huge.
huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a cast of semi-thousands there, yeah.
Well, because of Laurie, I've got a whole new wardrobe of clothing.
Yes. So I inspire, which is great. But you know what inspires me to do that is just the way I grew up as a little girl. I loved that shit. Dressing up, performing for the grandparents, putting on wigs. And now I'm like mid-50s and I'm like, I can still do this and have an excuse to do it. It's all for you guys. But no, I have so much fun doing it. And I love when people like Hugh, Doug, Gary, all of you guys, Chris, get into it because I am giving you that excuse to feel like a little kid.
Oh yeah.
Just step and be goofy. So
Yeah.
just
I
do
don't
it.
need an
While
excuse.
on
I
YouTube.
feel like a little kid every day.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
kind of,
you're-
that's
Mentally.
honestly,
Dance really good.
I credit my youthful appearance in that, I'm just a big kid. I've never,
Yeah, that's how
I play with trains for a living. I get to play on YouTube and play music and hang out with all my music friends.
Yeah. It's
I'm
fun.
having a happy kid life here,
Yeah.
and I make enough
Yeah,
money to
I-
pay my bills. So
Yeah. I'm just having fun. That's what I say.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're not having fun, then it's not. I mean, there are things in life that bring us down, like health, right? Or
Yeah.
things going on with people that you feel horrible about, or losing our friends. But
Mm-hmm.
you have to find those positive things that keep you going.
Keep going. Yeah, that's right. And you have to.
Music, having fun, laughing, talking to people.
Yeah. Keep laughing. That's the whole
Les
thing.
Niji, I did stereotype your word,
As they say, laughter is the best medicine.
right?
I've heard that someplace, but I think is true. When I
Absolutely.
dealing with the cancer stuff, it was kind of my mission because all my physicians and the nurses and everything, they were dealing with people who were literally dying every day.
Yeah.
And at some point in the process, I just felt like strongly that I would be okay. And so I would go in and I'd try and make them smile or tell them a joke or be happy and positive and try and bring that a little bit into a situation
that.
that wasn't great for a lot of people. And it got to the point where I was finally, you graduate from treatment and everything, and I put on a gown and you ring a bell and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's symbolic, and some of the nurses are like, oh, well, we are so happy you're leaving here and we won't see you again, but we're going to miss you. It's like, well, you know what? Thanks. I'm going to walk out of here and I'm okay, I think. And then,
I'm glad that they're missing you and we're not.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Seriously.
good. It's good to be here.
Yeah. We love having you around, Chris.
I like being around, and clearly I'm quite round.
You know, another another thing I think, in addition to laughing, that I have come to the conclusion for myself is singing. I love to sing, and to just sing, I think that makes me feel better inside. It's like I think it's healthy. I think it's
Yeah.
actually healthy for me inside to sing.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a cardiovascular. I mean, there's a pulmonary factor that's involved in singing, and there's
Absolutely.
I mean, there's times when I can sing and I'm just wore out after I do some of it. I mean, it's like I need a break because it's like
If I'm in the kitchen cooking something, I'm always singing something, or in the shower or anywhere.
Oh, Hugh, I love it.
It's true.
Well, not for nothing. Even you folks out there in the chat, and I know a lot of musicians struggle with, am I a singer, not a singer? I don't know. I play guitar, but I don't really sing. Bullshit. Everybody has the capacity to sing. I'm a huge believer in that. There are certainly skill levels. Some are better singers than others, but you all should be singing. And you should be singing a little bit every day. To Doug's point, it's just good for you.
yeah.
Just for
I know.
you, if you suck, though. Like, don't sing in public if you suck.
But it changes your breathing too. Your breathing is like you start doing these more deeper breathing type of. I mean, it's a kind of an exercise almost in a way, and it's like and I definitely feel better after I do it.
It's true. Yeah, it's a psychological boost, I guess, right?
Absolutely. Well, it engages parts of your brain and your pleasure centers. It's like a good drug because it does tap in those same areas of your brain. In addition to Doug's point, getting your pulmonary and your lungs and all that involved. When you're
I
in
knew we
proper
were gonna go
singing
the health
popular
route here.
posture. Yeah, no. Yeah, you knew.
This is going to sound kind of strange, but I've actually been considering Navage, just because
What?
Navage.
Don't know what that is.
Explain to people who don't know what that is.
Navage is this where you water that you can go through your
Yeah, it shoots water up one nostril and it sucks it out the other, and it cleans out your sinus
it
cavities.
cleans out your sinuses. And for singing, I thought that would be really great because that's kind of what I need when I want to really open up. When you really want to open your voice up and stuff. It's like sometimes it's like that Willie Nelson shit's happening because you're too plugged up in the nasal
That's me.
cavity.
Rachel,
Hey, Rachel.
Aloha.
Hey, Rachel.
Aloha, Rachel. How you doing?
Can you,
Say hi to Wago.
is that something that you would do live on Lurie's show on a Friday, Doug? Or
Oh, you did. I'd prep before the show, and it's a private thing. You're not going to do it in front of me on the camera.
It's like
No,
a
do that in the audience.
not rockets in the shower. Yeah. I had a friend who stayed over here one night, and she had one of those things that squirted up. She's like, "Oh, hell!" She's like, looking in my sink, and I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, it's kind of
You
gross.
need to go home. But it does.
Yeah.
You need to go home.
Well, I'm going
You're welcome.
to lower the level of singing is a little bit gross. When I was, touring and all that kind of stuff, and you'd get a little phlegmy, I kept a cup in my car, and I'd just hack one up and spit it in the cup to get that out of my throat. And so there's
Yeah,
it's rock and roll isn't always that glamorous, boys and girls. but you do what you do, right?
What about on stage when you don't have the cup? What do you do then?
I had a cup and I would just turn my back on the audience for a second. I kept it on the amp.
Just
You
front
guys
row.
can't go a 20-minute set without hucking a loogie.
No,
Oh
again,
shit! I was like,
This is nasty, really?
this is not my conversation. I never had that
You
problem.
brought it up.
Again, you
to
did.
a few punk. I went to a few punk rock shows, so that's a different story.
Well, this is it. Look, as a
Mosh pit.
singer, you
Now we got
cannot
mosh
have a
pits going.
phlegm ball in your throat. You can't.
No,
You-
And
To sing around a ball of snot is not.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
swallow.
as a hockey player, Chris, you don't want to fall in front of the players' benches either, because
No, it's really nasty there. That's a part of the ice that, as primarily a goalie, I didn't have to worry about that. But
I see them hucking loogies all the time, and I'm like, that must freeze up right away, and it's like a big yellow chunk. This is gross.
yeah. Well, again, like I said, this is not a highbrow show. We kept it up to a certain level, and now we've dropped down a little
Inspiration.
bit.
We're talking about
We'll
creativity.
try and get it back up here, folks.
How do you think Gary came up with the idea of ice pucks? Damn, those loogies are just flying.
Freaking Nate, he's in our chat room. Everything grosses him out. Moist noises, and he's like, I'm doing snot rockets in the shower, and I can feel it in the back of my throat. I'm like, that doesn't gross you out. I'm like, I'm gagging now.
So
Yeah.
that's funny you say that, Doug, because the ice puck inspiration was like a kid's little push car, like for a toddler
Yeah.
they would sit in, and they have little cup holder things.
Yeah.
And this thing's out in the rain, and in the winter it froze, and the kids love ice, right? You just pop it out, and I'm like, that's kind of hockey puck shape. So you
I
get a
have
stick,
no idea
and
what you're
we're
talking
playing
about, but
hockey.
that's cute.
Very cool story. Now we know the origin of this.
The genesis of the ice
Can't
pucks.
picture it. I don't,
Very cool.
Oh, well, what are those little tyke?
Yeah.
Yeah, red and yellow roof. I know exactly what you're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Doors. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, little.
So
Well,
Fred-
your grandkid's got one. I guarantee it. I guarantee he's got one of these things. And look at it because it's got little cup holders in it.
Okay.
And then imagine that, out in the Boston weather there.
Frozen little scoops that come out of the cup holder.
Yeah.
Got it.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Ice pucks. More
There's
sirens.
like Canada is like the nicest country with the nicest people, but there's a lot of freaking crime going on every time you're on air. I hear sirens.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
If I had a pin, if I doxed myself on a map, I'm like right in the middle of 4 arterial roads. So like, I'm close to. I'm
too
close
much
to a
crime
fire
in
hall.
Canada. Too
I'm
much
close to a
crime.
fire hall. I'm close to the police department.
Okay, well, there you go.
I was just going to say somebody needs to untie Nell from the railroad tracks.
And it's windy as fuck.
Only
yeah.
old people would get that reference.
we're
Regina,
hearing that.
the Bronx.
I'm glad I didn't get it, Doug, because I'm young.
Yeah. It was a Dudley Do-Right and the Royal Canadian.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
You get arrested?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Okay.
Hands behind your back. Oh shit.
Well, the
was
cops
quick.
got too close. He's like, I got to cheese it. There goes Gary Hubb. It's always delightful to have him on.
Yeah,
Well,
Rachel,
this
he's
isn't a
West
problem.
Coast. He's near you. Well,
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
What?
No, Hawaii,
He's-
Hawaii, Washington, Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's near me. Yeah, right. Gary's close to me.
He's in Canada there.
But Rachel might be 1 hour behind him.
Yes.
Oh, no, in Hawaii, it's a couple hours.
Is it?
I think it's
couple, yeah.
2 or 3, and I don't remember exactly which it is.
I think it's 2.
I could look it up on my phone.
Alaska's 1.
She'll figure
and
it
I think Hawaii's 2, if I remember.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm looking at DJ
Maybe
Big
3.
Red,
Mm-hmm.
and here's the Friday night link. So I'm grabbing it now, just for you, Dogpaw, you lazy son of a.
So Rachel, are you 2 or 3 hours behind us? West Coast.
And notice I'm not freezing. You can still see me waving around and everything. Isn't that delightful? This has come back again. Yes.
With you
Wow.
going to a different tab, you mean? Okay.
Yeah, I was in a different tab there. Okay, there you go.
Delightful.
There's all the links.
Negotiations can take time. Oh, wow.
And I am live tomorrow night again, besides our little
Yeah.
drunk fest at 3 a.m. last week. I'm officially live on Friday Night Hang tomorrow night.
But that was Saturday last week.
That was Saturday last week.
Well, yeah, it was 3 a.m.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Or was it
But-
Sunday?
Well,
I
it was
don't
Sunday
know.
for Lori, but
Don't even know.
don't even- and I'll point out I was as Jober as a Sudge during that entire proceeding. Old family joke.
And
No,
you-
I was the only guy on the panel that
cracking
hadn't
me
drank.
No, I didn't drink. I hadn't drank.
Oh, okay. Well, I asked, and you
No.
poo-pooed me, so I thought
No,
you.
cans,
Yeah.
Sam. Two cans,
Coldy
Sam.
was coming up with the idea that I was drinking, and I wasn't drinking at all. So
Okay, so two of us were straight.
yeah, yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
Friday on
Coldy
your
was
show
for
tomorrow night, I make no such promises, Lori.
yeah. Well, me either. I got a fun show tomorrow night. I mean, I want to do open mic with you guys, so whoever wants to play.
Nice.
But I get those dirty cards, Chris. I saved some of them. Remember that game? You probably don't
Yes.
remember.
Of course
I
I
remember it.
I remember well.
it.
My sister has the game, and I wrote to her a couple days ago. I said, everybody likes this game. I go, send me like
Oh,
40 screenshots of more cards. So I have tons of cards.
Okay,
for
good deal.
tomorrow. Yeah.
yeah. That
Okay, yeah, 3 from the West Coast. That's what I thought. I thought Hawaii was 3 from the West Coast. So,
okay.
all right.
It's really bizarre, but I can remember every single thing about Saturday's show.
Oh,
I don't know how.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good. So
I
he
remember.
wasn't blackout drinking. We know that at least.
that's how I got the 2 hours in there because they don't do the daylight savings change thing. So
Yeah.
they're 2 hours sometimes, 3 hours other times. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Congress was once again considering the not changing, and that died apparently in committee
Oh,
or
did
something.
it?
So it's not happening.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just recently? Because I thought,
No, I mean a couple days ago. Yeah, it was. It
shit.
got killed. It didn't. The bill did not move forward.
Oh, bummer.
well, that bums me out because of Gary, because
Yeah, I'm not a huge. It is what it is. I mean, where I live, the daylight thing is not as big a deal, but the changing back and forth, the older
that's
I
what
get,
I
the
like.
more that sucks.
I know it does.
You know.
Because it never fails because there's always going to be a Sunday where I show up to coffee 1 hour late or 1 hour early. You know, it's like, and they're looking at me like, what the hell? We had coffee an hour ago. Why are you just.
it doesn't
No.
affect my personal life. It affects all of you out there
Yeah.
because we're all in different time, and I can't freaking keep it straight.
Well,
Well,
that's the
and
thing.
if someone's
It-
changing and somebody isn't changing, I'm like,
And as soon as you introduce anybody from Australia, it just becomes a freaking.
Well, that's
nightmare.
it, because Australia and the UK, they all go on daylight savings time at different times than us, and it
Yeah.
it makes huge swings. It's just kind of a pain.
Yeah.
they
in
can
the
go
ass.
from a 16-hour difference to a 12-hour difference in 1 year.
Right.
It's like it just messes me up.
Well, and then Pete
Jay changed
Johns.
their show, and yeah,
Pete Johns is on a half-hour thing. He's not even on the same normal time as the rest of the universe. You know.
No,
How does he even keep anything straight? I don't know.
Well, he lives in weirdo Aussie land. That they.
Yeah, it's like 5
oh,
o'clock
Gary,
everywhere else
sorry,
on the
Gary's
hour.
family's home, and little bro just came up to hug him.
Oh,
You go,
you
see-
could. Well, you probably don't want to show your child on YouTube, which I completely understand. But
I don't
you
know,
know,
say that.
well, you could. Yeah. But it's good
Mini
to see Mini Bro. Yeah, yay, Mini Bro. Who's getting less Mini all the time, as kids
Yeah.
tend to do.
Poor
Right?
Gary.
I mean, what's the
Poor
difference? here?
Gary, he's got a lot to go through. I'm still crying over my baby, and he's 22.
Yeah, well, I know. I
They're
talked
always
to
your
my
babies.
I talked to my mother today, and she's like, how is your health? Are you doing okay? I worry about you. I'm like, yeah, I'm 64 years old.
Even our moms.
I'm
yeah.
fine, you know?
Yeah.
But that's beautiful. If you have parents
Oh.
like that, and if you don't, I'm sorry, but if you have parents that still care about you,
Yeah, no, my parents actually still like me. I have no idea why, but
you cook for them.
I do. Oh, my mother, yeah. That's the running joke.
Mother.
Yeah, she'll say, "Well, when are you and your brother coming over to cook me dinner?" Because she'll have a family get together, and Tim and I both end up doing all the cooking, which yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. We like it, but
Yeah, my mom, she I'm starting to hear this echo again. What the hell?
It's been on there the whole time.
Really? Anyway, my
Not an
mom.
echo. It sounds like it just double tracked.
yeah, it's just a weird effect. It's his. I think it's his limiter or his.
Huh.
No
I
idea.
turned everything off, so I don't know why it's still happening. But anyway, I would cook for my mom, but then my mom, she loved to do these things, and she'd like, I'm making, a dinner, so and come over, and it was like, and towards the very end, it was always one of those things. It's like, oh boy, it's like because something's going to be wrong with this dinner, and it's, and I'm gonna have to fake like the potatoes taste really good when they just are really gross, because
Yeah.
she would screw things up, and it got. I mean, she used to be like a really good cook, but when she got the last couple of years,
That's
in her
yeah.
80s, she got to where she'd kind of forget that she salted
Yeah,
something, so she'd salt it again.
Yeah, my late mother-in-law, after she had her strokes, was kind of that. And she got to the point where she'd just wander off and leave the stove going. And so
Oh, yeah,
she
yeah.
got a little scary towards the end there. But,
Yeah,
I-
Mom
and
never
she
did
was a
that.
great
My family
cook.
tells me that when I do that, but yeah. I mean, I had my Nana did the best gravy for you Italians, but red sauce.
Yeah.
And she would, all of a sudden it would start to be burnt. It would be burnt on the bottom and the whole
Yeah.
thing tasted burnt. And then my
Yeah.
mother-in-law, who started getting Alzheimer's, there'd be like 6 of us there and there'd be 2 pieces of chicken that she cooked. And we wouldn't say them. We're like, oh, this is good. We have enough, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sad.
yeah, it's
dementia.
hard.
is.
It's freaking sad. I
Sad,
hate
it is.
yeah. No, and I'm gearing up because my mother's 85, my father's 87, so and
Yeah.
they're
That's so
they're
sad.
doing relatively okay, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
clock's
When my-
running, right?
When my dad got dementia, one day I usually stayed in with him all the time, but I gave up work and my sister was ill and I had to go to her house. I was only away about 2 hours, and I come back and he had a frozen chicken breast on a plate, trying to knife and fork
Oh, sad.
it, and I was gone. You know what I mean? It was horrible.
Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. I mean, not everybody gets dementia just because of old age.
No.
No,
Some people
no.
spared that, and I hope I'll be spared. My parents are amazing. My dad still works and he's 80. Like, it's still it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, some people are that way.
Yeah.
And there's been some fascinating medical advances in the treatment of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. They're kind of
Yeah.
unlocking some brain proteins and some other things. So, knock on wood,
Hopefully,
the next,
you know, like, get better. Yeah.
have treatments for that. But,
Yeah.
we live in the modern world. And if you look back at your projected lifespan, I mean, we're so much further ahead of where we were even, 50 years ago or 100
Yeah.
years ago. But as our lifespans increased, 2 things: your body gets old and it can't repair itself, and we're exposed to a lot more things in the environment over a longer period of time.
That's true.
Yeah, think all the
Yeah.
shit that they're spraying in the air. Yeah.
Yeah, well, again, there's always been, hey, if you were a coal miner in, the turn of the century, you got black lung and you were going to die in your 40s, maybe,
Right.
if you made it that long. So there's always been
Well,
something.
Yeah, and to that point, I mean, in 1970 or 71, they introduced high fructose corn syrup as a sweetener, and because it was cheap and blah 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 blah. Well, then a few decades later, they started there was this really strong correlation that type 2 diabetes is somewhat associated with the downregulation of these receptors, that because of the high fructose corn syrup that they're using, it messes with the receptors on these cells that need the insulin. So, and as a result, these people are becoming type 2 diabetes, diabetics.
Yeah.
And so,
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
and diabetes mellitus. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was something that we introduced it wasn't really something that's occurred. I mean, it does occur in nature, but not to that. Not
No, and the artificial sweeteners too. Sugar's not great for you, but the things that they've invented to replace sugar are a hell of a lot worse.
well. We
Yeah.
need sugar. It's called glucose, and that's what we need
Right.
to live on. But I
Well,
mean,
and we need salt because we're saltwater. But like everything, you don't.
but our table
Get John
sugar is
on the panel to discuss.
our table's sugar is sucrose, which is basically a two chain sugar that breaks into half and it becomes two glucose molecules, and we use it that way. But
You're a scientist.
Well, exactly. This we play dumb here, but there's actually a modicum of intelligence on this panel, and we know a few things.
Don't use table salt. Use sea salt or one of the
which
better
is
ones.
potassium chloride versus sodium chloride.
We are all experts here, everybody. We are
Yeah,
all.
But we're not doctors. Let me. You
Actually,
two, we're not doctors, nor are we lawyers. So do not take this as
Actually,
medical or legal
I am
advice.
I am a PharmD, so I am a doctor, but I'm retired and I have a practice for 16 years. So, but yeah, I'm actually a real doctor. So
Okay.
Well,
good for
okay. See, there you go, folks. Hi, James Myers. How are you?
James,
Sugar talk.
we haven't
Yeah.
seen sugar talk. This guy with the fucking banana split and 3 scoops
yeah,
of ice
I
cream.
saw that.
Cherries.
Oh, yum yum yum! All that whipped cream.
Damn, I
Ooh.
want some. Yeah.
Ooh la
That thing was
la!
amazing. It was so deep
I'm
and
an
big.
expert.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
All right. Oh, James, always good for
Moist.
what she said. How you been, man?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Very
We
good.
miss you, but you've been busy
Yeah.
doing your own thing.
Yeah, he's
We've
lifing.
been busy.
But listen, I don't want to seem like I'm leaving because James is here, but I have to leave because I have to go to the bathroom and check on my friend.
It's
Okay.
because of me.
No, it's
It-
not. I miss you. I hope to see you on my show tomorrow night.
Okay.
All right. Well, Lori, thank you for being
Chris,
here.
thank
You
you.
for your thoughts.
Yeah, I
And,
had a lot of them.
I'm
Yes,
glad
you
you're
did.
glad you're back in action, my dear.
Well, for now, we're not gonna, commit to
I
anything.
know.
but I will be live
It's-
tomorrow night.
Still summertime, so you're gonna be vacationing here and there. So
Yeah. No, you guys are the best. I don't want to interrupt anymore.
All right.
Goodbye.
Well, thanks for being here, Lori. Be well,
Thank
and
you.
we'll
Bye,
see you
Sam.
tomorrow night on your show.
Yeah, I can't wait. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Back in
midnight
track Sunday
Eastern
day.
Standard. Yep, Lori's
Still-
Mishmash.
Thank you, guys.
All right, and I posted the link, and that's midnight Eastern time. And hello, James Myers.
Hey.
Let's talk because you, as a creative, you're a visually creative person. You've done band logos and artwork and album covers, and of course, you're a musician too. So you've got that creativity. So go ahead and you've kind of been listening to the conversation. Give us some of your thoughts, if you would, on the creative process.
Well, what about it specifically?
This is open. I mean, based on, you tell me. Do you find that there's ways that make you more creative or less creative? And, do you work better for deadlines? Do you wake up in the morning with creative ideas and go, oh, I need to do that? How does it work for you as a person?
It all depends on the situation, really. I mean, sometimes it's just, it's in your head, and then sometimes you got to work at it a little bit more. I think it's different for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Even myself, every situation's different. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably accurate. Depending on what part of that you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's probably very true. I think every song for me is different. Every friggin' one. Sitting down to do this, it's like there's certain things that are kind of similar as far as like your approach, but every one of them poses new issues that, so it's the same kind of thing.
And I was when Lori was talking about like how she doesn't write her own music, I was thinking to myself, well, I'm on a lot of songs with a lot of, I'm on several of Chris's songs now, and everything as far as originals go, working with Gary and everything, but I understand, like, is it really my music? Because I didn't necessarily write the drums. However, I did reinterpret them and kind of make them a little bit of my own just to fit, how I'm
Right.
playing. But
Well, see, I think so. Absolutely. That's like a no-brainer. Because I know, like, when I give you, and twice I've given you a fairly developed drum track that I programmed. And then you went, okay, that's cool. That tells me where you're going with this. And then you scrapped it and did your own thing. And it was a totally different from what I
Yeah.
had done, but it really worked. And so that's absolutely creative writing and that collaborative spirit in which the sum is greater than, I did a thing, you did a thing together, we did a better thing.
Right.
now, and I do, and I agree with that too. Like, there's every song that we've done so far with anybody that I've collabed with or anything, it's always enhanced the song every time somebody else put their mind to it. Now, I do think on the flip side, that can be bad, like in a professional corporate work environment when you have 35 people coming together for one single thing and telling you, oh, this
Yeah.
button needs to be red, oh, we need to add 10 pixels of padding, oh, we need to do this, oh, we need to do that. And then I think, or you come up with an idea and you present it and it's what you're thinking, and then of course, because it's a corporate company and everyone's got to put their 2 cents in, marketing has their say, copyright has their say, and
Right.
customer experience has their say. So they all are, and then by the time it gets done, it's not even what you wanted it
Right.
to be at all. And
Yeah.
you're like,
And there's
okay,
all these committees are involved, and yeah,
and then it's like, oh, James was the one that created this, and it's like, no, I didn't create that, bro. And
Yeah. Wow, that is a different thing. A band is like that to an extent, because it's even if it's a big band, you got maybe 7 people, and truly, if you're working on a song, there's 3 people maybe that are heavily involved, and then the others are a little more peripherally. But
right,
yeah.
yeah, like Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield.
yeah, and others. There are
Well,
apparently other guys in that band,
and two,
allegedly.
something that kind of talking about what James is talking about. It's like because I've been in a couple different original bands where I was a drummer, and the thing is kind of is like songs would be coming from like whoever was bass player or guitar player, and I would hear it and I would do things, and then all of a sudden because of what I did and what I would hear accents, and then all of a sudden it would become, or let's do it like this instead, because it's all of a sudden there's an accent that would drive a change or whatever, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it came from my part as a drummer on that thing, even
Oh,
though
of
it wasn't my
course.
song. But it
That's
changed the dynamic completely.
that's one of the things, like, for example, Chris just sent me a song and he's like, do your thing on it. Well, it's like, okay, well, I want to hear where I want to hear your main parts on it, because I want to hear where's this vocal at, can I make a crash here or something to accent that vocal, or
Right.
is it going into a different part, whereas your idea for a main drum track would have just been maybe a main beat all the way through or something like that, but you try to think of where you can add those different
Right.
accents and
I'm glad you brought that up because I spent last weekend recording a lot of the parts. So the it's much cleaner. And I need to ship you the new version so you can say, oh, okay, I see a little better where he's going with this.
Yeah, and like what James sounds like he's doing is trying to take out the blandness and the repetitive, just
Yeah, well,
redundancy.
because I use the drum track as a high tech click track.
Yeah, same,
I
I
like
do
to
the same.
hear the snare and the kick and some of the other little things again to give me kind of a feel as I do
Yeah.
it. But
I do the same thing.
yeah,
I did the same thing with Rictus Grin with Gary. I added a few different accents and stuff like that with the crashes, and also worked on a couple other songs as well. Same thing, and then
Yeah.
gave it back to him, and it's like, oh, this sounds totally different now. I really love the things that you did.
Yeah.
And it's like, but there is one thing to that though. that Doug mentioned, and it's being in a room with people where you can do that live, or not necessarily live in front of an audience, but like
Right.
live
But
in
in
a
real time.
in a practice space or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And you guys can sit there and bounce those ideas off in real time
I love that.
instead of waiting, and then you come
Yeah.
back and it's like, oh, I just gave you a full recording of my drums to what I thought you were gonna do, and now you just came up with a whole just
Yeah.
added a whole bunch of flavor to it. Now I want to add more flavor to it, but I've already sent you my drums, so here we are.
Yeah, that's a little. That is a serious negative to the remote process.
Yeah.
And there's
It takes
not,
a lot of time. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it is possible, like because James is set up to be on StreamYard. We could do a live that's not going out there, and we would be in pretty good sync, and we
Yeah.
could, in theory, do that kind of in the band room thing together.
Right.
That's true.
So
I don't know
that
how
might be
many.
something.
I don't know how many you can do that with. I know Leela and I have done it successfully. but-
Probably just one or two. I think if you got three people, I think the delay would probably be too
Could be.
challenging.
That OU812 channel, they've all
Yeah.
got the Roadcaster,
Oh, okay.
and 4 or 5 of them can easily be in sync at one time.
Yeah, those guys got it figured out, and and I watched the show where they explained how they did it, and it was voodoo and black magic. I didn't get it, but
Right.
it's like, oh, good for you guys. Yeah, they've got it figured out. Those are the only people I've ever seen that seemingly have it figured
So
out.
they're using roadcasters, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing there's just some sort of delay being added, and inside the software, because I could do that. I can set a delay because I do that with my whole cameras and everything. Because I'm using multiple different types of cameras, so I can set each one to all be in sync with each other. So I can set a delay to when it goes out to the stream, and yeah, you can do that.
It's probably under the name of buffering. You know what I mean?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always interesting. We're all bands, ex live musicians, and I don't know about you fellas. I got to the point of like, hey, fuck these guys. I never want to see them again. And I got back to doing my own thing, and I was happy with that, and I would love the control. And now I'm kind of easing back the other way. It's like I want to be a little more collaborative and not just be on an island. And I'm happy
been in-
medium, I guess.
I've been in some bands where it was like good riddance. I was glad to be, but most of the bands weren't like that. Most of the bands I really loved the people, and it was like kind of I don't know, just whatever reason it kind of broke up. But I mean, it wasn't like there was a lot of animosity between people. For the
Well,
most part.
and this is, I can only speak for myself. I really enjoyed the people I played with over the years, but inevitably in every band I was in, there was one guy who just couldn't get with the program for whatever reason. I mean, I hate to be it was often the drummer, but not always. If it wasn't the drummer, it was the friggin' lead singer, which is why I ended up morphing into more of a lead singer, because I just got tired of their bullshit. I'm just done with them. Plus, I'll carry gear. So that makes me the best lead singer in the world.
When I was a kid, the guy that was the asshole in the band was the guy that had all the equipment that couldn't play.
Yeah.
It's like, why are we toting this fucker around again? Oh yeah, that's right. He owns all the equipment.
He owns all the gear.
I was in a few different bands, but my main band, it was the bassist. We were always going through bassists, and in a few of the other ones, it was like the singer, stuff like that. But yeah, the main band, it was the bassist. We never had a solid bassist ever. It was 7 years together.
James, if you ever see an ad auditioning for Spinal Tap, I would suggest you not to answer that ad.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, avoid that. Well, I feel like as the resident bassist on this particular panel, I should defend my fellow bassists, but I got to be honest, there's some real douchebag bassists out there I don't know what planet these guys are from, honestly. The bass player cliches, there's a lot of truth to that. So,
Yeah.
but I was usually the band leader or at least the co-leader. So I took the responsibility differently than maybe some bass players.
I think
See,
the
I was
assholes.
actually the one that took the drummer that you said the drummers. I was the one that had the most responsibility because I was the one that would hold the practice together. I was the one that would say, yeah, come practice at my house until I didn't have a house anymore. But and then I was the one that booked the shows. I was the one that built the website, logo, T-shirts, merchandise. I was the one hustling at shows, selling the merchandise while we weren't playing. I was writing most of the songs.
Want to start a band?
Yeah, we should start a band with this guy. It sounds like this could work. Well, it's funny. There's always, and like I said, it's somebody in the band is always a clown, seemingly. Eventually, especially the more people you get, But
Have you got a big van, James?
yeah.
No, but you know what? I have put an entire band, all of our gear inside of a Honda CRX.
Wow.
I'm talking half cabs for both guitarists. Bassist had a half cab. My full drum set. All the guitar.
Wow.
I mean, we were stacking the guitars like up in the ceiling of it like that. But I got it. I mean, and I was holding my bass drum on my lap. I mean, we were packed in there, but we got it.
Also, James is the 2016 Tetris champion as well, so that makes perfect sense.
PA system, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, a Player's Gambit. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is a new person to the channel. Welcome. Come back. We're here every Thursday. I said you said you were in the UK, but we're on at 10:10 Eastern Standard Time in the US. So whatever that is, whatever time it is at Hugh's place right now. But,
Well, I'll tell you right now, it's bedtime. I'm getting very, very tired, so I'm going to say goodnight and wish you all a great weekend.
very
coming up.
good. Well, thank you for your thoughts. It was great having you on.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see you tomorrow. Be well, my friend.
Yeah.
All the best. Cheers.
All right.
All right. Cheers
See
to
you.
you. All right. I was going to do this song like an hour ago, but Lori came on. So I'm going to queue up a song and we're going to play that. And then we're going to come back and discuss the song topic because this is our friend Poison Wales. And this is his new song where he's kind of taking a swing at AI and its implications. So let's listen to our friend Poison Wales, and then we'll come back and we'll have some thoughts on this. And this is called Reach for the Stars.
All right.
Done with the world and I'm done with you. Yes, I'm failing, that's all I ever do. I'm tired of trying and going nowhere. My train's just arriving, next stop, who cares? Yes, I'm leaving, I guess that I'll go. I stopped believing so long ago. I reach for the stars just to fall from the sky. They illuminate the scars that used to light up your eyes. If there's a heaven, I'll end up in it. And if there's a God, well, you will as well. No, I'm not perfect, every second I lose. Time keeps on passing, the hands leave a bruise. I choked on the blood till I swallowed it down and came to my senses and stopped making sounds. Stop making sounds. Stop making sounds. I reach for the stars, they just burn much too bright. Lost my head and my heart, my sight here tonight. If there's no heaven, I still went through hell, enduring your presence, pretending I'm well. Guess I'll keep failing. Guess I'll keep failing. Guess I'll keep failing. Just like I always do.
All right. Well,
Sounds good.
he had, yeah. I dig Poison Wells. I don't know if he's still here, but as a songwriter, I find him super creative. And that was him kind of railing against AI and YouTube algorithms and kind of his like, what the hell am I doing here? And so that's what I wanted to bring as this next part of the topic
He's
is.
still here. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're here. Dug that song, Poisoned. Good job, bro. And I
Watch
hope
movies.
I'm paraphrasing your thoughts on that relatively correctly.
He put what it's about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
Rhett Show stealing his likeness.
Yeah. All right. So thank you for putting that up because that says it a hell of a lot better than I was struggling with. But yeah, Rhett, in case you don't know, Rhett Scholl's been on the YouTube for a while, guitarist, does gear and everything. And some bozo created an AI version of him and is just passing it off. And
Yeah. Terrible.
and no, it was a bit of a controversy.
Well, yeah, and
because it's garbage,
Right.
quite frankly. But there's where we get back to, is AI making us as independent musicians more creative, less creative, or it doesn't really impact what we do? It's just another thing. And I'd be curious to get you fellas' thoughts on that.
I think that it depends on how you use it. But I mean, for me, for example, like I have song ideas in my head, but I don't know how to play guitar. I don't know, and so I use ChatGPT to like, what key is this song's being played in? Because I like the guitar part that's going on here, and it will often tell me, or it will tell me, for a song like the lyrics that you wrote, you might want to do more of a melodramatic type of style, or something like that, where it's more ambient, and that way you don't have to necessarily use intricate guitar riffs to play the song. So that way someone like yourself, who's a drummer, can write the actual song, the beat, and get everything going for the song, and then you can just basically use like really simple guitar riffs that are very simple that go with the song, and it gives you all that information and insight, and it's like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. So yeah, it helped in that sense. But would I use it to actually write my song? No. I'm going to do that myself, and I'm going to play all the instruments, and I'm going to do all that myself. But yeah, as far as that goes. And I've also used it in design as well. It does help with design too, because you tell it, you say you want to create a realistic sign on a wall in Photoshop. Well, you may not be able to get like the exact beveling and everything like that, but if you send it into ChatGPT and tell it that you want like a wall, it may give you like a good frame or a good start for it, and then you can take it back into Photoshop and manipulate it more and do what you need to do with it. So, and it can make your project turn out looking nicer. So that too.
Okay, so what I'm hearing from you is you view it as a just another tool that you use to enhance whatever you already had going on.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Doug, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't really use AI very much at all in much of anything. I guess about the most AI, every once in a while I'll come up with I'll use like maybe Band in the Box to come up with some idea, but I don't even hardly ever use that thing anymore. It's just like, yeah, I don't really use AI. I mean, actually being in our little group, I'm using more AI just doing that weird shit than I am anything else, like doing stupid stuff, but not really music anything.
Yeah, I do. Because Meta AI has figured out what I look like. And
Yeah.
so I tell it to put me in ridiculous situations, which you may see a couple of them tomorrow on Lori's show.
Oh, yeah.
And that's fun for me. That amuses me. But as far as for me as a musician, the Suno and all that, I have no idea. I don't. What I'm intensely disliking about AI, and my wife has sent me a couple songs like, oh, here's Chris Stapleton and Dolly Parton doing this duet, and I love this song and everything, and I have to write her back and go, it's AI bullshit. That's not Chris Stapleton. That's not Dolly Parton. They didn't write this song. It's garbage, and they're passing it off as that. And so
I've had to do that a few times with my
yeah,
mom.
people passing off AI as original music and everything, that's garbage in my mind. Now, I'm not saying as a musician you're not free to use it, but at a minimum, you got to be 100% honest. It's like, okay, I had this song idea and I played a little guitar. I don't feel like I sing very well. I had AI do the vocals. Okay, if again, if you're upfront about it, I have less problem with that. But I see far, and again, this Rhett Scholl thing that Poison Whales is singing about is the perfect example of AI being passed off as the real thing. I find that really dangerous and quite concerning because AI, I've seen what it used to image even 6 months ago versus what it can image now, and it's getting better literally by the minute. So in the very near future, what are we looking at? Is this any sense of reality or at all, or is this AI? And I mean, this is a bit of a tangent from creativity, but I think people are using AI as a substitute for creativity, and that is problematic in my mind.
What I do know about AI is I'll make probably about $1,200 this year off of it
Okay.
from my libraries, and I don't really understand how it works, but I do know that I'm making over $1,000 a year on this shit. So whatever, I like it.
He's like, I'm getting paid, bitches, so I'm cool with it
Exactly.
until it knocks on my door and tries to kill me.
I have no idea how they're even using it with my material, but whatever,
Yeah.
I lost track of what they're doing with my shit a long, long time ago, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Michael is not wrong. And I spend some time on YouTube, probably not as much as many of you do, because I still work full time. But I'm seeing more and more stuff that I go, what the fuck is this? This is clearly AI, narration or AI putting the pictures together. It's like, why am I spending any time with this? This isn't real.
Yeah, I just found out one thing today that I'm getting paid through AdShare too. So whatever the hell that's all about. I know I don't like AdShare. I think it's like crap that just like dogs me when I'm trying to do something, but
yeah,
it's paying me, so whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of right on that threshold. It's asked if I want to put ads on this show, and I said, hell no.
Hey, Rhett.
What's going on?
Balls.
Speaking of huevos.
Yeah, I don't mind the ads, but that's probably because my channel's not monetized on like the other aspect of things, and I only get the ads aspect. So.
Yeah. Hey, indeed, Rhett.
Hay is for cows and horses.
Yeah.
That kind of hay.
But straw's better and grass is free.
Yeah, I'd like to skip over stuff, but I gotta say it is getting a little harder to tell on some things. And I read someplace that was startling that
It
well
is hard.
over half the content on YouTube is AI. I'm like, okay.
Pete's been burned a couple times on his show.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. There's definitely been AI music, and again, there are like one of my favorite things Jade did is when he teamed up with Denise, who has some physical limitations, and they did a song together, and she used the AI to vocalize what she had written,
Yeah.
but again, was completely upfront about it, and it was a beautiful song, and
Oh, I
I
love
was
that song.
great with that. I was
Yeah.
absolutely great with it because you knew what you were getting. It
Yeah.
just, I guess, truth in advertising kind of thing is where I draw the line personally.
Yeah. Well, people that try to pretend like it's them that did it, without any, it's like,
Yeah, that's problematic for me.
mm-hmm.
Because then again, this is the real life. This is just fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. Cazarina.
Good stuff. Well, I'm trying to think if we had any more creative tangents or thoughts to go on. Again, I don't do this, but maybe once every 4 or 5 shows where I theme something out and we have. But again, I've got smart friends and they have thoughts on the creative process. So I wanted to bring this to folks in the chat, and I appreciate you guys hanging in there. The rest of the show will devolve into our usual stupid.
Yeah, we have talked about. You'll have to do the replay, Rat, because we did go through the health section. That's already played.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we talked health a little bit. We because we had a former executive chef in the chat, we did a little bit of food talk. We could always do more because food is delicious, and I like eating, even though I'm down to eating just twice a day. But I enjoy it when I do. 'Cause
That's the
food
way
is
to do it.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, any wrap up creativity thoughts before we move on to our next little whatever that's going to be?
Creativity concluding thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I don't. I wish there was a formula to bottle it up and sell it, because I mean we'd all be rich, But
Yeah.
but there really isn't. I guess it's like you got to kind of, everybody's a little bit different, and we all have our secret whatever. The echo is just driving me crazy here, but we all have our methods of being inspired and what inspires us. I mean, some people like I can't remember who it was in the chat earlier. Oh, it was I think it was who you played. Who was that? Can't remember who it was you
Poison
played.
Whales.
Poison Whales was inspired from a movie, and which is kind of like a Kubrick thing there, but
Yeah.
But I've been inspired from movies before and made stuff up for movies. I have a song from a long time ago I called Vampire, and it was basically from The Lost Boys.
I vaguely remember that movie.
Or maybe it was the other one with George Clooney, the Dusk to Dawn. That's what it was. Dusk to Dawn.
Oh, now that's a different. Yeah, that was a crazy movie. Tarantino. That was one of his first big movies.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's the movie.
Yeah, no,
that was just so bizarre. That was a bizarre movie.
Yeah, Doug's mic has been a little weird tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You'll listen to the playback and maybe you can figure out what's going on because I don't know, it's kind of in and out. I mean, we can hear you, so that's good, but
I'm going through my DAW. That's probably the issue.
Maybe I go through my DAW every week.
Yeah, I normally don't do that, but if I do this, that didn't do shit. I don't know. I mean, the show's almost over, so why bother?
Exactly. At this point of the evening, it's like, what the hell?
It's been there all
Why
night
bother,
at this point.
right?
Yeah. We made it this far.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll end up here in a bit, and I'll play a bit of my song, and then I'll play a bit of Coldacre's song, and then we'll just talk about the creativity of here's a person that listened to this, and
Perfect.
he came up with this.
Perfect.
And I think that, and I want to end with that because I think we all take everything in: music, movies we've been exposed to, speeches, whatever, and it just gets mixed up in our little experience. And then as creatives, then we output it through our filter, whatever that looks like. And it looks different for all of us because we're all different people with different experiences and different skill sets or whatever. Gary Hubs was on earlier. Gary and I are both bass players. But our music is nothing alike, and because again, we grew up different places, different experiences,
different ages, a little bit different.
And I was going to say I'm older than him, so I grew up listening to a little different music than he grew up listening to, and all of those things, kind of come together.
And what's really kind of crazy, Chris, is just a small little gap between our ages. I mean, was such a difference in the music in that time. So.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's people that are like the difference between us and the difference between us and some of my friends that are older, the same kind of different. And the music is so different that they like versus what I like. It's like, really, you guys like that old shit? It's like, but they do.
I've become very, and I credit being a part of this community. I've become very broad in my taste. I was always
I do.
reasonably broad, but this community has opened my eyes and my ears, especially, to so many different forms and different interpretations. And I feel much richer and much broader now, just, in the 4 years or so that I've been hanging out here. Because it's just stuff that I wouldn't have listened to on my own, because I just wouldn't have been exposed to it.
But there's some stuff that came from the 60s that I'll never like. And these people like it, and it's like, well, everybody's different, so.
Yeah, I get that.
Because the time that they grew up and what they listened to at this certain age versus when I was at a certain age, it's like we kind of go back to what we were at a certain age and just gravitate to that.
Oh yeah, James would say the same thing, right? He's a little bit younger than us, and so he would, different experience, different music at that formative stage, and some of the stuff that I like, he probably thinks is dinosaur rock, and like, okay, Grandpa, good for you.
Well, he even calls me Grandpa, so.
Well,
he's frozen. He's tabbing right now because he's frozen. You can tell him.
Well, now again, see, I have discovered I think that the tabbing thing is fine because you don't freeze up anymore, at least in StreamYard.
Oh, he's just frozen then.
Yeah, no, I think he froze out.
Might be a good time. Might be a good time to go to the song.
All right. Well, then I'm going to quick do this. I'm going to pull up this song and not that one. Get rid of that. Bring this up, and I'm going to play a little bit of my original, The Darkness, and then we're going to play a little bit of Coldacre's version. So here is mine, and I'll keep us on the big screen.
It's been a while.
Okay, and I'm going to stop it right there. And then I'm going to go and get Coldacre's version up. And, we'll go from the beginning on his and just hear his different interpretation of, how he grabbed that song. Let me go right to here. Okay, and here's Coldacre's version.
Come on in, darkness, my old friend. It's been a while, wondered where you'd been. I've been happy, I knew you'd come around. Just when things go my way, I knew you'd pull me down. I can't get past you till I can never leave. Someday I'll beat you, this I must believe, I must believe. I must believe. I must believe. I must believe.
All right, I'm going to pause it there for a second. Now, see, that's very cool, a very different interpretation of what I did. Yes, and Burns, he did change the key. I think he said he dropped it 4 steps or 5 steps or something. Gave it a different vocal treatment. Whereas I went up and went really high to build energy. He used that little guitar stabs in there and did the vocal treatment different. I love what he did on this, by the way. Again, I was super honored that he decided to cover my song. I love his version of it. I mean, I like both versions. I think pretty nifty. But
One thing I will say about this, I love both versions too, but his video that he did is just like, it's just like where he's just only showing from his just a nose down.
yeah,
And those shots like that, that's like genius, man. It's like,
that's what I want. And that was a big part of this too. He just took a very different approach to the visual things. Everything
Yeah.
about it is super cool.
yeah, absolutely.
Super, super cool. And here I'm going to contrast one more thing. I'm going to pull this down and I'm going to go to. Not that. Damn it,
I
Jim.
agree. I was digging the visuals on that. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Or he just, I mean, it's almost looks like Todd Rundgren doing it, because it's like, and I'm a big fan of Todd, but
Yeah, exactly.
it's, yeah.
Yeah, big fun. All right, I'm going to go to my version, and I've skipped ahead a little bit. And again, let's look at, just contrasty ways of how we get to different parts of the song. So here's mine. All right, I'm going to kill it there, and let's see how Coldacre handled that section on his song. And I think this is just, again, a fun compare and contrast.
You mean on your song?
Oh, well, I mean, his song, my song, whatever.
I shout to heaven with my dying breath. I won't get dragged down, put me to the test. I will get past you even if you never leave. This day I'll beat you, this I do believe, I do believe. I do believe. I do believe. I do believe. Yeah.
Right on, Coldacre. Good stuff. I loved it.
Yeah.
And yeah, here's the guy that doesn't play lead guitar playing lead guitar. But isn't it interesting how both musicians took different approaches, but we both played variations of the melody line,
Yeah.
on the horn or on the guitar, and,
Yeah. Yeah.
fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that's, folks, creative process. I thought for Coldacre to say, yeah, I kind of dig this song, but have a completely different interpretation, that's creativity at its best. So
Yeah.
there you go, boys and girls.
I thought Emotion New Soul, his contribution was just friggin' off the charts.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And I think, if I remember correctly, Coldacre actually wrote the part, and I think he did it in Logic and did kind of the MIDI thing and like,
Oh.
okay, this is all right. But then sent it to,
Yeah.
and said, okay, now make this good.
Yeah.
And Freddie said, can do.
Yeah.
Can do and can did.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't even have anything to say. I was just studying all that. It's good. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun stuff.
Well,
Anyway.
you start off with a good song, and it just can kind of take care of itself a lot of times.
Well, this is the thing. At the end of the day, and I'm not saying this about my song, but a good song is a good song. And there's very famous groups that Bob Dylan wrote all along the Watchtower. Okay, and then Hendrix covered it, and both versions are great, but they're very different. At the end of the day, it's a great song.
Yeah.
And I've heard other people. Michael LePence is in this chat, and he's covered it, and he did a great version of it. And I think the Dog Paw was on it with him. So, a good song is a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm trying to highlight comments. I've been terrible on highlighting because I'm trying to run the discussion part of it. So apologies if I didn't get your comment up. I'd like to. All right. Well, there we have it. That's, I think, all I have, like Forrest Gump, and that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, that gives me ideas. Even some of the we were talking earlier about the one that you said that you redid some of the stuff, and you got to send me over the new parts for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little more fleshed out as to what I think it's kind of going to sound like. So, yeah, and I'll shoot you that. There's going to be some keyboard organ stuff in there too, which I haven't gotten around to. And with Lori back on that, Lori, if you're still listening, and I've said this publicly, Lori has been the largest detriment to my creativity because of her damn show on Friday nights. Yeah, because I used to have a little whiskey and I'd sit down in my studio and record on Friday nights, write songs, record and everything. And instead, I hang out with her and her cast of bozos and have the time of my life. I have a great time. I love being there. But, you know, you got to be one place or the other. And I've made the conscientious decision. I just like being on Lori's show. So
Yeah, it's fun.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I said too.
All right. Well, I want to thank, and let's see if I can't screw it up this week like I did last week. But I want to thank my guests.
Hubsy.
I want to thank Hugh Caldwell, who came on first, and then Doug Kidder, who's still here. Thank you for coming on. And then
Thank you for having me.
Lori Mishmash, who came on, and then Gary Hubbs, and then James Myers. And that's everybody, right?
That's everybody.
I screwed up last week and forgot to mention somebody because I'm old and and feeble brain sometimes.
And Lori's been creating yet she still comes here.
Yeah, exactly. She's yeah, okay. Yeah, there, rub it in my face. Yeah, well, I'll get more focused on Friday. How's that? I'll record while I'm on your show.
I am. I'm always kidding you.
And because we all have terrible memories and can't think of anything, there's a whole slew of people tomorrow, Friday,
Yep.
all day long, all day, all night, watch all day.
And we posted DJ's link list, and you can see everybody on that. I used to try and go through and name everybody and would fail every week miserably.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you, Gary Hubbs, for posting it. Thank you, DJ, for pulling that list together. We got wall-to-wall entertainment tomorrow night. Be there or be square, guys. I will leave you tonight after thanking my guest and most importantly, thanking everybody in the chat. Great having you guys on the show. Appreciate you coming every week. And I had a couple new people tonight. Always great to see new faces here. I will leave you with a song that I did with Hugh Caldwell. And this was the one that follows the other video, so that made it easy for me.
One quick word.
Yes, go right ahead.
Not only do we have some Friday night action going on, but it continues on Saturday night, and I will be on Wolfstone Studios live on Saturday night. For his guests. So
cool. Well, good for you. I won't watch it. No, and it's not because it just comes on at that time where I'm always in the middle of cooking dinner and trying to feed us all, and so I never was at the beginning of G-May's show either. Same deal. So have a great appearance on Ron's show. And,
it's gonna be fun.
And the rest of you guys who aren't cooking your dinner and trying to wash dishes and everything, you guys go watch that show on Saturday. There you go. All right. Well, here's a little something I did with the great Hugh Caldwell on guitar. And this is a song called Sordid City. Thanks for being here, everybody. Appreciate you. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Chris.
Nothing in my pockets and my guitar in the case. I long to be someone, and I think this is the place. I think that I'll find happiness. I think I'll feel the sun. I think I'll grab the fame I crave when it's said and done. I was looking for redemption as I drove away. Gotta leave the run. Can't say I'm proud of the things I had to do, but a buck's a buck. You gotta do what you gotta do. Well, I found the rainbow, but someone stole the gold. It slipped through my fingers. Man, it's hard to hold. Is fame an illusion or something you can steal? The city's full of devils and they are offering a deal.